Hello, Thunder Nation. Sorry for the delay.
Yay.
That was totally on my end. It had nothing to do with me personally. Just technology hates me. But we're here.
Yay!
Nothing's gonna stop us. Nothing's gonna, and we are just so excited that you're a part of this. You know, I've been playing a lot of D&D as a result of the coronavirus. Be honest. Before, when I definitely prefer real life interaction, and so that's kind of was like the way that I most played. In fact, I never played online until all of this, but I realized this has just made it a lot easier to get together with people. And we did a test game the other day, this group here, and for us, we all just totally forgot about the world's problems. I tell you, I just want to encourage you to find your thing, whatever that is. For us, it's this, and please find your thing to help just forget about the difficulties, and hopefully that includes prayer, which we will start off in. Let's get started in prayer as we do all things at St. James Academy, in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. Amen. St. Joseph the Worker, here on this your feast day, we ask for your intercession and blessing on all of our players and all of our viewers. Thank you so much for our junior retreat today. And please bless all of us, keep us all safe and healthy as we pray. All glory be to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit, as it was in the beginning, is now, and ever shall be, a world without end. Amen. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Okay, we're a little behind, so I'm going to do my best to get us through this thing quickly. Dear wonderful audience who may have been waiting patiently, maybe wondered, are we doing the live stream tonight? Yes, we are. And so we're just going to start just going around the horn. From my screen, I see Peter King, and then below him I see Matthew Newkirk, and I see Jessica Znidarsic, Maddie Rose McLemore, and Matthew Surmaczewicz, or Sir McLemore, as Mr. Webker likes to call him. So no one knows why. So I'm gonna let them introduce themselves and introduce their character's name, their character's race, their character's class. And the interesting thing about this game that I was really excited about when I had this idea was I like heist movies. I think we all kind of have seen one cool heist movie that we really like, Ocean's 11 being a good classic example. And there's these classic heist archetypes. And so I was like, wouldn't it be cool to kind of do a D&D adventure, a heist, and make it really clear, tell each of the players, pick a heist archetype and make sure that your race and your class really lean into that. And that'll help you as an adventurer know this is my role on the team. And through a very funny inside joke, we have named this team Plabs, Plabs. And we'll start with the P. Go ahead.
Hi there, my name is Peter King. I will be playing as Perry the Payable. I am a gnome wizard. I'm a bit of a tech guy, and the reason why my name is Perry the Payable is because I am very payable. I will take your money right off your hands. Don't worry about it. No questions asked. Give me that sweet, sweet coin.
All right. And now the L.
Hi, I'm Jessica Znidarsic, and I am Lycan Northside. I am a male dragonborn barbarian. And yeah, he's kind of the big muscle. He's also kind of an idiot, but he's learning, he knows what he's doing.
All right. The A.
I am Maddie Rose McLemore. I play Alice Bilderin, who is a halfling rogue. She's the thief because she likes really shiny things. And that's about all I have to say about her.
Awesome. The B.
Hi, I'm Matthew Surmaczewicz, and I'm playing Bartholomew Gilbert von Hemmingsworth III of Clan Castus, Noble House of Waterdeep. He's an elf wizard, and he is your distraction for tonight because the spell Fireball.
Because the spell Fireball. And last but not least, of course, the S.
Yes, I am Matthew Newkirk, and I'll be playing Sharp Maestro tonight. He is a male half-elf bard, which means that he's the musician of the group. And so you may be hearing some tunes tonight. I just have to say, you may be hearing some tunes.
We expected.
Yeah, you can tweet us
we expect Megalovania.
No.
Anything but.
That was a joke that has been passed, but if you have any song requests, you can tweet them at thunder_NTWRK. And I will do my best to comply, but no promises. But you can do that on Twitter.
Yes, because the cool thing about bards is that bards are the jack of all trades as sort of their class, while barbarians and fighters are really good at fighting, rogues are really good at stealth, magicians, sorcerers, warlocks, they're all really good at magic. Bards are really neat because if you can't decide on what you want to be, which of those is interesting to you, you pick a bard. You can be all of them in their own like sort of middling degree, but still a lot of fun. And one of the cool things that a bard does is he does Bardic Inspiration, where he, depending on the way that he is a bard, because some bards obviously are just great rhetoricians or actors. Some bards are tumblers and acrobats, and some bards are musicians. If Matthew Newkirk's character Sharp decides to give Bardic Inspiration, which is basically gives another player on his team a little bit of a boost on one of their attacks or a saving throw or something. Matthew has been playing an actual song for his Bardic Inspiration, and it is a blast. I'm really excited because so the other day we played just a quick little pre-adventure to get the characters sort of introduce themselves, kind of feel out their combat and their spells and all that. And also kind of get a cohesion together for their team. And one character that we haven't mentioned yet, that's not a part of the acronym of plabs, is their leader, Liuda. Liuda is a loxodon, which is basically just an elephant that walks on two legs. And he's a loxodon paladin. And so Liuda is the boss man. He doesn't do a lot of the heavy work. He's the planner. He's the connection. He's the boss. So Liuda is going to be a part of this adventure, but he's that's all I'll say about that. And let's see. Let's do a quick recap of our little pre-adventure. I'm just going to have every character sort of say maybe one thing they were. I'll give like an overview of the adventure that we had, and then I'll let each of you kind of describe what's one cool thing your character did that made you like really like part of the team. Basically, Liuda had a bad feeling in the woods. There was something out there that they needed to be aware of. And they were around the woods of Castle in the kingdom of Ivanhoe, ruled by King Ivan the Generous, his son King Ivan the Just, and their baby Prince Ivan the Just's wife, the princess, and they just had a baby. So just little Prince Ivan. And that's, they all knew that, but there's rumors that something terrible had happened in the kingdom. They had a bad feeling. They went out into the woods, and they came across a camp of really bad guys, lizard folk, led by what appeared to be some sort of very, very particularly nasty lizard with two heads. And they discovered in this camp there was a human that was a sort of prisoner. They rescued him. And then, but unfortunately, he was killed, and they killed the big bad guy and discovered that on the person of the guard who was killed was a map of Castle Ivanhoe, and it appears as though something terrible certainly has happened at Castle Ivanhoe, and we're about to find out what that might be. So, Perry, what's one thing that Perry did that made him the inventor, so to speak, the gadget guy of plans?
So I put my brain to work, and I found the big bad of the group, and I got him all tied up, and I basically made him get a million paper cuts all at once with my spinning cloud daggers. It was amazing. And then he got very angry and tried to kill us.
Yes. Yeah, he laid a sweet snare that scooped him up into the air and landed right into a trap of cloud of daggers. It was pretty awesome. Sharp, what's one of the many things that you did that made you, well, you didn't have much of a chance to be the inside man, so to speak, which is what your character was, but maybe you did. I don't remember everything that happened, but how do you think what was one of your favorite parts that you played in that little adventure?
Well, one thing I did enjoy was becoming one of the lizard folk. And sneaking around the camp.
That's right.
And ultimately, I was able to help recover the body with some of my amazing spells, and I was able to retrieve the map So
that's right. He did use a disguise and became a lizard folk. That's right.
Teamed up with Lycan to speak in the
Draconic
Draconic tongue. Yes.
Yeah, that's right. So that was that's exactly what an inside man does. He gets on the inside. Lycan, what was your role as the big muscle in that one?
Well, as Sharp said, Lycan went in and Sharp went in and Lycan covered for him when he didn't know how to speak Draconic. And then I also used my big, heavy great axe, and I was just going at the lizard folk, being like, "Don't touch my friends!" I'm like, yeah, going at them, you know.
That was awesome. Yep, I think you took out 3 in one, or at least 2 in one.
That was intense. I was not expecting that.
All right, Alice, as the thief, how do you think? What was one of your favorite parts?
One of my favorite parts is that I managed to acquire a talking gem, which I stole from the tent of the big bad. And then I also really helped to do recon, which was a lot of fun.
Awesome. And last but not least, Bartholomew, as the distraction, what's one thing that you did that you thought was cool?
I mean, I did less distraction than I thought I was going to. I did draw some of them out using some magical spells that emulated some noises. I just did some scouting with my familiar Cornelius, who was a cat at the time. And then 1v1 the boss for the majority of the fight. Also fireballs. We killed a lot of enemies with fireballs.
Fireballs. Okay, so awesome. Now, one last thing I'm going to say is that I just want to thank again one more time the deckofmany.com. As reference for some things going on tonight, I'm using some of their animated spell cards. These things are sweet. Oh, that's not a very good one to do. I'll get a better one because you can't see it in the box. These animated spell cards are sweet. You move them and they're like, whoa, what's this resistance? Nope, it's a nope-sia. So it's got a cool little thing, and then on the back it gives a full description of everything. These things are amazing, and the deckofmany.com has a lot of awesome reference products like this. They also gave us one of their they created their own setting for D&D called Humblewood, which is like D&D with cute little animals, and it's amazing. So we thank the deckofmany.com for their incredible donations, and also Monty Cook Games gave us a few things, some of their rule books and stuff for their Numenera system, which I'm excited about for the future. So just want to get that, thank them again, as I always do. And now, without further ado, are you guys ready to get into this?
Yes.
Okay. Now, one thing I'm kind of sad about, we were trying to use Discord. Discord wasn't working. Discord, we were going to have some music, but oh well, here we are. Okay. So the adventure today opens up with the Plabs team. You guys have been going through the woods of Castle Ivanhoe, and it's been about a day since the last adventure where you killed the big bad 2-headed lizard. You found the map with some strange things on it. And just to give the audience a little bit of context here, I'm going to pull up this map. So you guys have been looking at this map and you've been coming up with the plan, because it appears as though it's pretty obvious that you're supposed to. It looks like something important is in this map. So Matthew Newkirk, I hope this doesn't jack up the stream. I'm going to try this. Okay, is that okay?
Yes.
Okay, so found this map, and as you can see here, it has looks like a castle, and it looks like it has a couple of markings on here. We've got some rooms some rooms here that are labeled, and a couple of markings in red. We have it looks like there's going to be some sort of party. It looks like there could be dancing. It looks like this tower is surrounded by flying kobolds, and a kobold is kind of like a little mini dragon person. Looks like there's lizard folk here, and lizard folk are almost exactly what you'd imagine. Imagine like a really big guy, but he's a lizard. He's got a tail. He looks kind of like a walking alligator. Kobolds here. That's the first floor. And on the second floor, it says, looks like in the wizard's quarters, there might be Aquia here. We don't really know who Aquia is yet. Liuda has heard rumors of a warlock named Aquia, but that's about all he knows, being very powerful, maybe having something to do with this. And then here, in the abandoned tower, it says, "Baby here." And so, eventually, Team Plabs makes their way into the camp, a camp of looks like some sort of resistance, almost like Robin Hood style type thing going on. They meet up with a guy named Duke Arco. And Duke Arco and his resistance team are all hanging out in the woods. And as you guys come into this clearing, and they look pretty excited to see you because your reputation precedes you. Team Plabs is known far and wide as one of the most powerful and legendary adventure groups in the realms, but also shrouded in mystery. Because Team Plabs, while they're super cool, no one's 100% sure what they do all the time. Little do they know that Team Plabs is hired to do things like reconnaissance missions, heists, recoveries of kidnapped victims, all kinds of cool things like that. And so this guy, this Duke, happens to know this information. As you walk through the woods and he sees Liuda, he comes running towards Liuda, grabs Liuda by the shoulders. Liuda grabs him, and they have some sort of meeting for the first time. "Oh, thank goodness you're here. Something terrible has happened to the kingdom of Ivanhoe." He begins to explain the following. The royal family of the kingdom of Ivanhoe have been ruling the castle for over 100 generations. Not everyone has been perfect, but the current king, King Ivan the Generous, has been a most beloved and excellent leader. His father, King Ivan the Terrible, was not so much. The illegitimate son of the King Ivo the Terrible, Hugo Ivanson, has gathered some neighboring leaders who were not treated well by Ivan the Terrible and overthrew Ivo the Generous. Lizard folk from the south whose swamplands were drained and kobolds from the east whose mountains were conquered were gathered and made their assaults on the castle. An evil warlock, Aquia, assisted in the assault and slew the king's wizard. The royal family was massacred, and Hugo has claimed the throne. While escaping the massacre, a guard of Ivan the Generous spotted a servant girl in the barred window of the abandoned tower, holding the baby Prince Ivan, the son of Prince Ivan the Just, and the grandson of the slain King Ivan the Generous. Other surviving guard members of Ivan the Generous and the townspeople who would rather starve than be subjects of Hugo have formed militia bands in the forest, building up their strength and formulating plans to get revenge on the illegitimate son Hugo. If the baby prince is rescued and the people of the kingdom know about it, they will join the resistance and rise up against Hugo. Otherwise, the people will soon fall into line and start to obey Hugo, because Hugo is holding regular executions in the town square of those who do not swear fealty to him, and the majority of the people are starting to give in. It's been 3 days since baby, actually, sorry, I got to change that. It's only been 2 days since baby Ivan was seen, and no one knows if he's alive or dead. Hugo has announced his reign to the surrounding lands, and leaders are coming into the castle to make alliances with him. So Duke Arco has just explained all of that to you in his own way. And he says, unfortunately, our scout went to do some reconnaissance on the security of Castle Ivanhoe, and he wasn't seen. We fear that he's dead. We don't know what to do. We have no plans. We have no information about the castle. Liuda, Plabs, would you be willing to go in there blind?
Well,
I mean, we have formulated a minor plan to combat this particular situation, based on a map we recovered from a band of wandering lizard folk and some other nastier beings.
Think we found your man?
I
He's
think we
dead.
did.
We found an escaped guard, seemed to escape from the massacre, was captured by these lizard folk. Before we rescued him, but before we could get him to give the information, he was killed by some lizard folk. But we did find this map that was connected to his shield, like hidden on his shield. And I assume Leota will have that map.
Yeah, so Leota shows the Duke the map, and he takes a look at it. He's like, "Oh, okay, oh, excellent. This is the only these are the only map of the castle in existence. We were able to get it out before all this went down, and these are excellent notes. This is perfect. Okay. Well, at least he did not die in vain. And you say that you've been able to formulate some kind of plan.
Yes, we have been able to formulate a
Yes, we
plan.
have.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, do you need any of my men's help? And as he says that, he turns to his men in the forest, and they look eager to help, but some of them do not look well. They look like they haven't had a lot of food out here. Got bandages. They've got bandages on their arms, but some of them are willing to take out their swords weakly and say, "We will fight if we have to."
I mean, do you know if King Hugo, the illegitimate king, is in the castle?
Yes, we believe that he is. He's been celebrating ever since he got there, and like I said, for the last about 48 hours, holding regular executions in the town square of anyone not swearing fealty to him.
Well, gentlemen, we think that maybe a reconnaissance mission may be the best plan of attack here, especially because you will be outnumbered.
Having your forces ready to move in case we require your help to storm the castle might be extremely useful, though. But we will only call on you in a last-minute circumstance where we need backup. Because hopefully we should be able to take care of them ourselves.
Absolutely. Okay. Well, as I said, if we can get the baby, if we can bring the baby here, and then just make sure that he's safe, just make sure that he's healthy, and then show him to the citizens of Ivanhoe. I know that we can do this.
Well,
we can get them back.
Knowing the information that we do now about the king being there, or the illegitimate king at least, we could take him out along during the reconnaissance mission. We could add that part to our plan.
That's certainly not a bad idea. But I also am not sure if it's. I mean, is your plan to go in arrows blazing, so to speak? I'm afraid that there are our scoutings have shown there is an army of orcs on their way there right now. In addition to, it looks like some lizard folk have already arrived, but more lizard folk appear to be coming in. The kobolds have already arrived. They were part of the siege in the first place. So,
I gotta tell you, sir. You're talking to the best. You're talking to the best right here. Don't worry.
I know that.
Do what we can.
We have
some
ideas.
I don't mean to doubt you. I don't mean to doubt you by any means. I just don't know if the best strategy will be to try to kill King Hugo. I'm afraid that you might attract too much attention. But I leave this all up to you.
And we trust you implicitly, sir. But are you sure that all your men are trustworthy? That's a worry before we expose our full plan.
In a camp.
One at a time, please. I think are you the Alice, the thief?
Yes, sir.
Please share with me your thoughts.
We were thinking something a little bit more stealthy. I don't know if guns blazing would be a great idea right now.
Guns?
Agreed.
What are?
Oh, they're one of the newer mechanical expertise done by some of these new fighter guilds. We haven't had the chance to mess with them much, but they're a very interesting device.
I see. Well, regardless, I don't mean to tell you how to do your job, but I trust Liuda here. Liuda and I, we go way back. I trust Liuda that whatever it is that you decide to do is going to be the best thing to do.
Liuda,
and if you hear the sound of what sounds like some sort of attack helicopter floating over my head, I have no idea what that is.
Liuda, would you be interested in staying back at the camp here to be able to relay information from our sending stones?
Absolutely. So Liuda has the map, and Liuda has his sending stone. And for the audience, basically everybody in Plabs has a sort of a souped-up version of a sending stone, which is a magical item in D&D that are basically going to allow them to act like walkie-talkies. But what they have to do is they have to take the stone, they have to actually talk into it, and they have to actually put it to their ear to hear. So it's not too overpowered, so to speak. But it is going to allow them to do a little bit of splitting the party. And for those purposes, when we get into this, I'm going to screen share my I'm going to screen share the map, and I'm going to move some tokens around as soon as you guys tell me where all of your characters are going, so the audience can keep track of where everybody is. Okay, so Leuta says, "Absolutely, I will stay here with this, and I'm sure that one of these fine scouts will be able to show you to the Castle Ivanhoe, and you all just get going. I know the time is of the essence. Goodness knows how long a baby can survive with. We don't know if the baby has food. We don't know anything. Any sort of cries from that baby could alert the guards of the presence and ruin everything. The kingdom as we know it hangs in the balance, and we need to get moving now."
All right.
So I'm going to screen share this. I'm going to screen share my Roll20 screen, and then you all, can we see that okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll get the
right,
screen adjusted.
Okay. So we are going to
Mr. Hernandez, you're showing up in the bottom corner of Roll20 again.
Okay. So I'm in there both. That's just the way I like it. I'm glad. So what we're going to do is I'm going to hide my self view over here so I can see you all better over here. Okay. All right. Now, to get started, would you like to all please tell me what your first positions are? By the way, audience, this is the fun part about this is I have no idea what they're going to do. I mean, obviously, but they came up with this plan completely on their own. I gave them this map ahead of time, and they came up with their own plan. So I just realized this Roll20 map doesn't have the red markings on it, but anyway,
fine, don't worry about it.
Your one does, so I think it'll be fine. So Leuta is hanging back, and he will sort of basically just assume that as each character says, I go into this room or that room, they're able to know that information because Leuta is relaying that to them. But I'm obviously not going to do that for the purposes of this because that would just be redundant. Okay, so you make your way through the woods, and as you pass through the woods in the dark, you're seeing just armies of orcs and lizard folk just playing war drums as they're going in. Guards just sort of all over the place, but I mean, not necessarily everywhere, but the guards are around for sure. And I just want to make sure you're still seeing the Roll20 screen, right?
Yes.
Okay, because I've switched over to my adventure screen, and boy, you sure wouldn't want to see this. Or I mean, if you did, you would just kind of, everything would be ruined right now. I'd stop everything, I'd rewrite everything. I'm kidding. All right, so
you just make it up as we go along.
Yeah. So the at this entry where it says entry, there will look to be 5 kobold guards and 5 lizard guards, all like on sort of scattered and standing guard, and a decorated group of orcs with their king. And the scout leans over it and tells you, "That's King Bron the Deranged. He's pretty much exactly the way that you'd imagine that he would be. He's deranged, so better watch out for him, huh?"
Any magical abilities we should worry about from him, or is he a big fighter, throwing axe at people sort of man?
No, he basically, you just never know if he'll just chop off your hand or not just for looking at him the wrong way. We just don't want to mess with him. That's all I'll say. I just for Pete's sake, for pity's sake, we just don't want to mess with them.
Understood.
Sounds good to me.
Is there a thing of trees nearby, like a small wooded area we can hide in that's right by the castle? Anything along those lines? Yeah, so the entire first floor, about 30 feet from everything that you're seeing there, is starting at about 30 feet, is surrounded by woods. So you have 30 feet between full cover of the woods, but then like a 30-foot lawn to the castle. And right now I've just told you what the guard looks like at the entrance, which is a line of orcs and 5 kobolds and 5 lizard men just around on the outside here. Would you like to go anywhere else? So Are you all prepared for recon plan A?
Mm-hmm.
Affirm.
Okay. Who wants to cast the spells here? I can cast the invisibility. You can cast the invisibility. Matthew, who wants to cast the invisibility? Because I was gonna upcast it so I could cast on multiple people, so we only had to use one spell slot.
I will. Sharp will cast invisibility.
Okay.
Yes.
On whom?
I will cast it on myself.
Just a reminder of how long does that last?
Up to 1 hour with concentration.
Okay, fantastic. Now with the
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mr. Hernandez.
Just as a thing for the audience, what concentration means is if he takes damage, he has to make a concentration check, or if he tries to cast any other spell that requires concentration, he cannot. He can cast another spell that doesn't require concentration, but so you can do actually a lot with that. But if anybody bumps into him, they will feel his presence.
Also, if he makes any attacks or overt actions intentionally, it will drop.
Indeed. Okay, so Sharp casts invisibility on himself, and then what does Sharp do? Or are there multiple parts to this plan?
There is a multiple parts. I'm gonna whistle quietly, and Cornelius is gonna swoop down. Cornelius is my familiar in the form of a raven currently, and he's gonna land on my arm, and I'm going to turn to Alice and go, Alice, you ready for some invisibility?
Yes, sir.
All right, and then I'm gonna cast invisibility at the 3rd level which means it can cast on 2 people, and I cast it on Alice and Cornelius.
Okay, fantastic. So we have 3 invisible people, one of whom is like a little crow that's flying around. Okay.
Raven.
Sorry, Raven. All right, and then what are Perry and Lycan doing?
I will also cast invisibility on Lycan and myself.
Okay. All right. So everyone's invisible, and
except for me.
Oh, that's right. Okay, Bart's not. Okay. All right. Okay. So 4 out of 5 are invisible. So Bartholomew, you're just hanging out in the back.
Yeah. Is the scout still with us?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna turn to him and go. If you'll just stay here with me, that would be perfect. Just in case any emergencies happen, you can run back. Does that work with you?
That's great. I can't believe you all just disappeared. That was freaking cool. I've never seen anything like that. You really are the plebs. So
thank you.
Awesome. All right. So where do you 4 invisible people? Where do you go?
Who would like to go first?
Correctly, then I think Sharp and I go around back.
Okay.
Yes.
Up the lower terrace, right?
Alice, and you're going to the lower terrace?
Are you going to the lower? Oh no, are you going through the lobby? Which one were you guys planning on going through?
I was planning that Sharp would be heading to the reception room and lobby area.
Okay. So I'll put Sharp over here, and Alice, I assume that means you're staying with him?
For now, yes.
Okay. And sorry, out of Bartholomew, I'm gonna put you just sort of like over here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then Lycan and Perry, where are you guys headed into?
If I remember correctly, I thought I was going toward the guard post, unless I'm wrong.
Okay, so you go all the way around and then over to this side?
Yes.
Okay. And Perry?
Matthew, Newkirk, remind me which... Am I joining with you guys at the beginning?
It is up to you.
You can just hang out with me if you want.
Yeah.
I will.
Until, we need to send you.
Well, he is invisible.
I will accompany Sharp.
All right. So we got 3 headed kind of into the lobby area, and like in here. Okay. I'm going to start with you 3. Okay. So right back there, what you see is, let me just make sure I have this right. All right. There, back there are there's just two lizard folk that are just hanging out in that little stair area, this stair area right here. Okay. So you can go up these stairs and sneak by these lizard folk if you want to get into the lobby.
Yes, we will go ahead and do that.
Okay, so the three of you make stealth checks with advantage. So they're going to roll their d20s. They're going to add their stealth modifier, which is on their character sheets. And they're going to roll it twice because they're invisible. I'm going to give them advantage on the roll because it is going to be pretty easy to move past them. But this does give us the opportunity for something bad to happen, which is fun.
I like to cause chaos. Ooh.
The dice like to cause chaos. I just tell you what the dice mean. Okay, so as they're rolling that, I'm going to go to you, Lycan. What are you doing?
Lycan, I go around the end. There's like, that little entrance there.
Yep.
And are the doors open or are they closed?
They are closed.
Is there any movement coming in or out of the guard post?
Well, I mean, from walking by this little balconied area is about 5 feet off the ground, and you can definitely hear from there. There sound to be a pretty big group of lizard folk, and they seem like they're kind of having a good time. They're kind of like, and they're speaking in Draconic, which you can understand because you're dragon folk, and Draconic language is really clicky and guttural. It's like, and what you understand is it sounds like they're playing some sort of game of cards.
Real quick, something occurs to Perry, and he's going to go join Lycan.
Okay. So before I will allow it. I will allow it. Okay.
So just
Liuta is like, what's going on over there? What happened to this plan?
I remembered it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna go back to really quick to these two right here, to Sharp and to Alice. Sharp and Alice, what were your rolls with advantage stealth?
Is it you add the two or you pick the higher of the two?
You pick the higher of the two.
24.
Sorry.
It's still over 20 regardless, so.
20 and 24. Okay. So you two sneak tiptoeing past these two lizard folk who are, like I said before, kind of in Draconic, sort of like they're pretty deadpan. They don't talk a lot, but they're just kind of like, ow. And you manage to slip by them. Alice, in a really particularly cool move, her foot goes right over a tail as it swipes, and then her other foot goes past it, just perfectly like a cat. And so you guys are you guys going into the lobby?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to describe what they see in the lobby real quick, and then I'll get back to Perry and Lycan. So in the lobby, you are in it's kind of a big-ish room. It's like about 30 feet, and beautiful gold inlaid kind of like spiraling around these ivory posts. And in this lobby, you see what appears to be a high elf, a dwarf in sort of priestly garments, and a human who looks to be in noble clothes, all sort of discussing something and sort of like in low tones, sort of whispering to each other. And it's pretty loud to your right and to your left because those orcs that you saw earlier have all started to come into this reception room, and you hear also some commotion in the art gallery, and sounds like the clicking and the guttural language of Draconic. So we're going to stop there so that you guys can sort of think about what you want to do there. Back to Perry and Lycan.
All right. So we're at a door, correct?
Correct.
Well then, I am going to use my magical item that's a chime to unlock the door. It has 10 uses till it breaks. It emits a little note. And
Are you busy?
Oh no. Zoom bombed by mom or by sister. That's great.
Boom, 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 boom.
Okay. Making it very clear. No, I can't. Please. I'm
playing
right
D&D.
now. I
am on the internet.
There are at least 2 people watching us. Actually, I have no idea. Newkirk, do you know the numbers?
I don't have access to the numbers.
You have access till afterwards. Okay. Well, Perry pulls
Returned.
I was gonna tell you what you did. Okay, Perry, what's up?
As well as this, I'm gonna go over to Lycan and whisper. All right. So, I'm going. I can make a little illusion away from us using my 2 cantrips, minor illusion, prestidigitation, that will alert the guards and potentially get them away from us. That way we can sneak in. How does that sound?
Sounds good to me.
Excellent. So, with that, I will use minor illusion. It has a range of 30 feet, so 30 feet away from Lycan and myself, to create the sounds of like lizard folk in distress and potentially calling out for help, and at the same time cast prestidigitation inside the room to make it very, very cold.
Okay, so now I'm going to allow the whole lizard folk in distress because Lycan is with you. Because Lycan can speak Draconic. Otherwise, I would say, how do you know what Draconic sounds like in distress? But I'll allow it. So Perry wiggles his little gnome hands over towards the woods, and the sounds appear over 30 feet away towards the woods. He's going, ow, ow, ow. And from inside the guard post, what you hear, Lycan, you hear this, and you can pass this on to Perry. Is, oh, I like it. It feels nice in here, don't you? I prefer this to warm. We're all cold-blooded and all, so this is actually really nice. Yeah. Do you hear something? Not kind of. Listen, I want to finish this hand. It just got really nice in here. Why would we want to leave? It's probably Thomas. Thomas is. I hate that guy. He's a jerk. I know, right? So back over to Perry. Back over to Alice and Sharp.
We are going to begin to stealthily move into the art gallery.
Okay. So as you walk by these nobles. And it's a pretty big room, so I'm going to allow you to do that without having to make any kind of stealth check. But as you walk by, you hear one of them say, "It is a pity, but..." And then you walk past them. You go into the art gallery. What you see are these big portraits of the nobility. And it looks like they all have these very similar traits. Very kingly, with white beards and like long white hair. But some of them look nicer than others. Unfortunately, it looks like somebody has already come in and vandalized a lot of these paintings. They've drawn with very awful colors of ink, just like mustaches, sharp teeth, X's in the eyes. And setting up in the middle of the room looks like a band of lizard folk. They are setting up some sort of like platform stage, and they're getting these big war drums on there, yelling at each other. Ow! And like getting their big guitars and stuff, or like giant bass cellos, and they don't look like we would imagine, but like you can tell the shape is definitely like a bass and like a cello, but like it's all sharp and pointy and made out of like, it's got like bark covered on it. It looks like horsehair, but like really frayed horsehair is all the strings, and so they're also like, oh, and like it sounds kind of cool, but like war. It sounds like this, like the cello he's playing almost sounds like someone moaning when it plays, like.
What was that band? Liz Talica? Was that the one? Liz Talica?
So and they look like they're kind of warming up.
What's in the back of the room and on the ceiling and on the sides?
So on the ceiling we have some really big, they're kind of like chandeliers, but they're big giant candles are inside of them illuminating the room, and it's just domed, multiple domes, and it's gold up in the ceilings.
So it's just a solid gold ceiling?
Yeah, solid gold ceiling. And what you'll see here, you see where I've got the mouse over here for art gallery, like this is the roof above it. So it does have this part of it in the middle there. And if we're looking at this right here, it's this spire right here. It's a little bit bigger up there. So there is a sort of bigger space.
And then
there are some windows here and here and here. Some windows here and here and here, but like on some walls and on walls we have the paintings.
Very nice. Well, we will linger off to the side as we watch the band begin to warm up.
Okay, so do you just like stay where you are, or
yeah, we're gonna stay where we are.
Just gonna go over here. All right. Okay. All right. Back to Leica and Perry.
And Cornelius had a couple things to do as well.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go to Cornelius. Sorry, about
just want to let you know that Cornelius does have a couple things to do.
That's right. Oh, I apologize for that because I actually do, Matthew. I'm sorry if I'm messing anything up here when I just did that.
It's fine. No, you're not.
I mean Newkirk.
You're good.
I'm gonna get Cornelius in here. Sorry, because I actually do have an icon for Cornelius. Sorry.
While we're waiting, on a non-game related note, I do want to congratulate Mr. Godinez, who is the sponsor of the Thunder Broadcasting Network, on the birth of his second child, which is great, and we are so glad for everything that he's done for TBN and for allowing us to do this. So just wanted to give that quick shout out. Anyway, back to the game.
Yeah, also,
congratulations.
Can you plug the Twitter again? Because I know some people have some music requests, but they didn't catch the Twitter last time.
Yes, so the Twitter is Thunder_NTWRK. So you can tweet at Thunder_NTWRK, or you can just look up Thunder Broadcasting and tweet your song requests. You can also text them to me if you have my number. So you can do it that way too.
All right, so there's Cornelius. So I'm gonna Matthew Surmaczewicz, go ahead and tell me what it does.
Cornelius is with me right now, and he's on my arm still. And I'm going to whisper. I'm gonna look at him and okay, Cornelius. We're gonna do some scouting, okay? And while you're scouting, there is one small thing I need you to do. If you see a baby or someone with the baby, I need you to go help coming. Because ravens have the ability to mimic short words and sentences. If they make a DC 10 wisdom check.
Okay, excellent. So you're gonna send him to the abandoned tower?
Yeah. So he's gonna flap up, and I'm going to use my ability to take over control of my familiar through his eyes and have him fly up to the window and look up and see what's happening in there.
Okay, excellent. So Cornelius flaps and you're suddenly soaring through the air, and it's such a beautiful feeling. You love doing this, probably. Actually, I'm not going to speak for you, but I mean, I can only imagine what it'd be like to suddenly feel like you're suddenly a bird. Going through the air, and as you are headed towards the abandoned tower, of course, you knew this because of your reconnaissance, there are flying kobolds about. And as you are making your way, soaring through the air, one does go by you, and he goes, "What's that?" Back to Perry and Lycan.
So I look at Lycan and I go, "Oh, I forgot to tell you, we like it cold." So, late. Anyway. So, okay, you said the balcony is like 5 feet off the ground?
Yeah.
Okay, is it possible that I can take Perry like on my shoulders and I can just kind of hoist him on my shoulders and kind of get him over the balcony? Is there anyone there?
No. So you guys go. You guys go over there and to check and see if this is possible. The balcony part looks empty. It sounds like they're all just like right in here playing. And obviously, yeah, Perry is a little gnome. You're a huge dragonborn. This is. I'm not even gonna make you do a check for this. It's pretty easy stuff for you.
Now, before we do this, I have a way to get rid of the guards, or at least scare the bejesus out of them.
Oh, now you do. What do you have?
So, first, I'm going to use Prestidigitation, because I can do 3 effects at once. I'm going to cancel the cold floor. I'm going to warm it up unbearably. Then, do you recall any symbols or symbols of deities that would frighten lizard folk? Or I'm going to, Mr. Hernandez, I'm going to roll insight because I read a lot to see if I recall, because this goes very nicely with my plan.
That'll be history.
That is
That'll be
my
history. If you want to know, like, yeah, that's history.
I have that's a 23.
Okay. So yeah,
Expert.
you recall that there is a sort of like a bad luck symbol. It's like the evil eye kind of thing that lizard folk don't like. It is an eye, and it's got like it's red, and it's got these jagged eyelashes. Some of them are actually going like down into the eye, and the eye has a very sort of sinister feel to it. And for some reason, some lizard folk are really superstitious and are really bothered by this, is what you remember.
Perfect. So, in sequence so far, I'm going to turn off the heat. I mean, turn off the cold, make it real, which that just happens. Then my 3 active effects. It's going to get really warm. The symbol's going to appear. They're going to smell what smells like something rotting, preferably lizard, in that room. And then with my minor illusion, I'm going to make sounds of just nails on chalkboards or the similar equivalent, just ring around them loud enough that it feels unbearable, but nobody outside the room can hear it.
Okay, so
and as well as the noises, there's going to be some ancient chanting.
That's a lot of effects. I'm not quite sure how you're.
The minor illusion is doubled up. It's going to be like really discord, and there's going to be like
it's legal. It's legal.
Yeah, it's going to sound like there's chanting and like scratching and screaming.
Okay. So, though, what I will say is, Perry, because your idea of discordant sounds and stuff. No, I'm not going to be mean. I was going to make you do a performance check. I'm not going to be mean. Okay, so
oh no,
bring it on.
Perry sort of again. Does Perry does he get up on this balcony?
I'll do that right after I get on top of the balcony, just in case.
All right. So Perry gets up there. Lycan hoists him up. He's up there pretty easily. And Perry, his eyes kind of roll up in the back of his head as he like tries to like trigger all these effects, concentrating on just being as unpleasant as possible. Suddenly, the room starts to get a little warmer, and then man, what just happened? It was so nice in here. Do you smell that? Yeah, it smells like dinner. It smells good to me. But then this sigil appears on the table that they play on. The evil eye! All 5 of them stand up going, who did that? Who did that? That means somebody's cheating. Which one of you is cheating? And then sorry, my wife come check me. She scared me because I scared her. And they're all like, "Oh, what's going on? The evil eye! This who's cheating? One of us is cheating!" And they just start to get into a fight, just punching each other, slashing each other, and then one guy gets thrown right at you, Perry. Cut back over to let's see, Cornelius. What kind of does Cornelius have stats? Right,
Yes.
Matthew. Okay,
I can roll anything for him, like I would for myself, but he has different like.
Okay, so that one kobold swings around and he's flying. He's kind of gliding behind you about 10 or 15 feet, and he's going, something smells good. Roll athletics to fly faster, or acrobatics to pull some stunts.
I'm going to do that. Does it really matter? Yeah, his dex is that. I'm gonna do some acrobatics to try to pull some stunts on him. That would be
And then I'm coming back to you, Sharp and Alice.
That'd be a 20. Not natural.
Okay, so he's going just sort of gliding towards you. Cornelius, Bartholomew in Cornelius' eyes, pulls a corkscrew, dives down. The winged kobold smells it and goes down, but then he pulls a sharp move up as the winged kobold goes down towards the ground, going, and he lands on the ground down here towards the lower terrace, just sort of sniffing around, going, and Cornelius kind of sneaks by a few other ones and lands here on this balcony, and we'll get to what he sees in just a second. Alice and Sharp.
We would like to go to is it upper terrace?
Okay, yeah, this area right here. So there is, let's see, I'm just checking here if that's a door. Is that a door? I think that's a door. Okay, I'll put that back, Newkirk, I'm sorry. Is that okay, Newkirk? Did it come back to normal? All right, cool. Sorry. Stop moving around, roll 20. Okay, so you guys make your way through here, sneak past the band pretty easily, and what you see up here, let me check my notes, is 5 kobolds, and the little kobolds, sorry everybody. The other kobolds look a little kind of wimpy, but these ones look a little bit stronger. They look like they kind of have like coats with like almost commander pins on them, and they're all playing dice. That's right. Pay up. He pulls out what look almost like little pieces of metal. It's like, are those even coins? You don't even know. Go chewed up and like burned some coins at one of them. Weird. Aha! Ah! Playing.
I will.
Alice, Barry, or Sharpen.
I will be honest. The audio here is. Oh.
Oh no!
No.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, he's back. Oh,
Back,
he
he's
scared
back.
us.
Oh.
Oh,
Am I back?
Yes.
yeah, you're back.
All right. Well, that's live streaming for you. You were, Mr. Hernandez, you were cutting out quite a bit, but I think it was me because I was looking at my other screen here. I didn't notice that. So from what I heard, there are a lot of bad guys here, and they are all playing a game of some sorts.
Yeah, so it's 5 kobolds. They look a little bit beefier and a little bit more decorated than the other kobolds you've seen, and they're all sitting around playing dice. Just sort of like, give me that back. And sort of passing around these weird, sort of chewed up, bit up coins, passing them around to each other. You have no idea what the pattern of the game is.
I whisper to Alice, "Have you seen enough?" Alice, have you seen enough?
Alice, are you
muted?
This looks dangerous.
Looks dangerous.
We can just assume you guys are whispering if it's
Looks
too
I
hard to
can't
hear
do the
for live stream.
whispering. It sounds like ASMR. Oh, I can't. Ooh.
I'm kidding. DM ASMR. Too many acronyms. All right. You guys do anything else?
I think we will head back to the art gallery and back to our spot there.
Okay. All right. Now back up to Perry. A lizard folk is flying at you. You need to make a dex check to get out of the way.
Sounds like a plan. That's a 4.
Okay, so
Before I fall off, can I? I'm gonna try and get a glimpse of the roof.
the roof is about average height. I mean, like the room, you are seeing just as you are just getting an eye full of lizard folk. It doesn't quite look like, I mean, just like a normal room height, about 10 feet high. You get hit by this lizard folk, and you both go flying down into the grass here, right next to Lycan, and he lands on top of you, and he goes, "Oh, what the rock?" And he gets himself up, and he turns around, and real quick, what's the rules on invisibility? If he gets hit like that, is he now uninvisible?
He would have. I don't know. Let me look this up.
I mean, I want to give him damage because he got hit and fell 5 feet. So
Mans fell off the
invisibility.
balcony.
If he no
keep this thing moving.
He would still be invisible, and it wouldn't drop for him because, well, actually, he'd have to make a con saving throw based on the damage he takes.
That's it. All right, so it's a pretty easy one because you only take 2 damage, okay? Which means, if I heard the rules of concentration correctly, he has to roll a saving throw equal to half of the amount of damage that he took.
Or 10, if 10 is higher than the half the amount of damage.
Oh, that's true. So, you take 2 damage, but now you have to roll just a d20, and with a Constitution modifier, it has to be more than 10.
19.
All right, so Perry, you managed to get squished, take a little bit of damage, but you just freeze as he stands up. And he wasn't wrong, because that kind of you that he sees through. And he stands up and goes, oh, and he draws a sword and he goes running around the door. And he goes to that door. Let me in here, you maggot. Oh, I'll get you if you don't open this door right now. And there's still all this fighting in there. Still with the discordant and the so that's that. Lycan, do you do anything?
Lycan kind of moves out of the way, and I just like pull Perry by. Wait, can I see him? I don't know.
No, you cannot see Perry.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just kind of see what happens, and I just kind of like little step back, and I just kind of wait because I think that Perry was in there, but I don't know.
Okay, back to Cornelius / Bartholomew. Cornelius lands on this balcony here and does indeed see huddled in this corner looks like a little servant girl wearing like a. She looks tired and she's holding this little baby. She's making the baby. Baby's kind of like making, and she seems like she's getting something from out of the corner and like trying to feed the baby like with like a little cup, and the baby's kind of like choking it down, and she's like, oh, what are we going to do?
Cornelius, is the window open? Window's open?
There is no window. There, actually, sorry, yeah, no, I forgot. Yes. So that's what through. There's like a little. So it is glass.
Cornelius is gonna. There's a door on the other side, right? Or
yes, the door is inside of the room.
And
so
is that?
Yeah, this is an open balcony where you can see this little glass door, but it looks like old and sort of, like boards sort of hammered to it to keep it closed. And you can see into the room and see that there is doors that look like they go downstairs, probably to that guard post.
Okay. So Cornelius is gonna flap over to where it's all boarded up. And is there any way he can like slip through the boards and through the window, or is it all just completely sealed off?
It looks pretty sealed off, but I mean, but if you want, like you can try running into the glass.
He's gonna start tying his beak in the glass because I don't think tying himself into glass would be very beneficial to his health.
But it would be what a raven would do. So he taps his beak on the glass. The little girl goes, and she kind of sees the raven tapping on the glass.
No, well, he's still invisible.
Just hears that sound and just doesn't know what to do. She just stands there.
He goes, caw, 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 caw. And I'm gonna try to have him do the imitation, saying "Help coming, help coming, help coming."
Okay. So what does he have to do for that?
He has to make a insight check of 10.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. That is a 10.
All right, just hits it and help coming. And she sort of perks up and she is looking around the room, kind of trying to find where that sound came from. She goes over to there's some glass here. She's like looking through there And she goes over to this door. She's like going through there. She's like in your ear toward. Did you say it again?
He's gonna say it again, and he's gonna.
And she takes a couple steps back and just rocks the baby, and just has a little ears.
Okay.
Back to
yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, go
back
ahead.
to Alice and Sharp.
So Alice and Sharp are in the art gallery, and they are going to go ahead and head over to the Grand Post.
The guard post.
The guard post, yes.
That's so you can actually see through there. And what's funny is like the lizard folk band, they're warming up and their backs happen to be towards the guard post because they don't see, but you can see because there's no door here. There's just a brawl going on. It's like the lights are flickering. It looks like there's like heat waves in that room. Lizard folk just throwing each other around. And the sounds of like, just awfulness. There's awful sounds coming from here. In particular, Sharp. It sounds terrible.
Oh my gosh, when he has perfect pitch.
Oh, that's it's not in the spell book, but he definitely does have it.
Okay.
You know, it's just something. It's random. It's random.
I mean, okay. Yeah. Now what?
So they start to look, and I whisper to Alice, "Are you? Do you think we should go in there?"
I do, but I don't know if the invisibility is going to last us in there.
That's true.
Especially,
I don't know if I can keep my concentration up.
do you have a disguise hat?
No, I can't do that. But we may need to regroup with the team, but this was good information. And we're going to head fully out of the art gallery and into the library area. The library, and then let's see, the weapon arsenal. Thank you. In that area.
Okay.
So what happens to be in there?
I'm going to describe that, and then I'm going to head back over to Perry and Lycan.
Okay.
So in the library, you see there's obviously lots of books, just nice mahogany bookshelves, books everywhere. There's a fireplace. There's a desk kind of in the middle. There's a nice little easy chair next to the fireplace. That's kind of what you see. And then let's see. And then it's pretty easy. It's pretty easy to just walk right from there into the weapons arsenal. And what I will say is, you walk into the weapons arsenal, and whoever does first, let's say that just Alice walks in there first. Alice is going to give a little gasp, perhaps of joy, one might say. Back to Perry and Lycan.
Okay, can I hoist myself onto the balcony and kind of like just get myself over there?
Easy. Yeah, you're big, strong dude.
Perfect.
Big boy.
Big boy. Okay,
that Dragonborn.
Okay, that door that's like directly across from me. Can I see that? Is it like open or closed, or can I see anything for that matter? Since there's like a whole brawl going on in front of me.
Yeah, you can see it's closed. It just looks closed.
Okay.
And and it's just lizard folk just going just kind of chaotically going around you.
Okay.
So I'm gonna ask like a great axe handle so I can grab onto it.
Okay. Now, Lycan, you're going to need to make a perception check, because I want to know if you can actually hear the message that's trying to be sent, because it is pretty dang loud in here. And if you're like kind of right here, you're not going to be able to hear it unless you are. So go ahead and roll a perception check.
And while we're at that, speaking of not being able to hear things, there have been a few issues on my end with hearing the audio. It's been cutting out because of bad connection. So I'm going to switch the audio over to a different input. So just give me 1 second while we get this switched over. Okay. We're going to give this a shot. Would Would somebody talk for me just to see how this sounds, if it's a little bit better for everybody?
Let's see what happens here. I'm excited to see if we save the baby.
Baby.
Okay, that seems to be working.
Okay. All right. So, what'd you get, Lycan? Did you roll your
Okay.
D20, add your perception?
I got an 18.
Oh, that's fantastic. So, yes, you do hear a very faint sound coming out of your pocket. You lift that up, put it to your ear. You hear Perry's message, and you help Perry up. So now you guys are both up here on the balcony. What would you like to do?
Could I? Okay. I feel like because of all this brawl, could I go around the edge of the room and like try to avoid like getting like punched or like hit or something to get toward like the door and possibly open it without maybe being seen, or is that too much? Or
Well, you are invisible. You would certainly not be seen, but you are going to have to do a dexterity check to make sure that anything that does come at you, you're actively trying to avoid it. So go ahead and roll dex and roll that, and I will come back to you, because just remember, that's just where we're going to be. All right, back to Bartholomew Cornelius.
Okay, so I'm going to quickly switch out of Cornelius mode, back into my own body, pull out my sending stone, and go, I have eyes on the baby and the girl. I have eyes on the baby and the girl. They are in the top of the tower. They seem to be hiding out, and they seem to be okay. A regroup would probably be good to discuss strategy. Where are you all? And then I'm going to switch back into Cornelius. No, I'm not going to. Cornelius is just going to hang out there for now. Until I get a response.
Okay, what are people's responses to Bartholomew?
Well, before that happens, can we go to Alice because she gasped?
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
okay,
advanced plot.
Alice's this is going to affect Alice's response. Alice sees a lot of cool stuff here. Alice sees a quarterstaff, a hand crossbow, a rapier, a battle axe, a dagger, and they're all nicely hung on the walls, and they all just have something just really cool about them. The quarterstaff has this really cool etched inlay to it that with some like leather handles on it. The hand crossbow has a nice cool special leather grip and just like is like black, almost onyxy sort of like sheen to it. The rapier has some really cool gems inside of its handle. The battle axe just looks straight out of a Viking like museum, and this dagger is nice and kind of squiggly and with a sort of gunmetal-ish type color blade. So just some sweet stuff in there.
How would I be able to tell if any of this is magical?
Yes, you could do an Arcana check. I run Arcana checks a little bit wonky. Anybody who's watching is like, "That's not how Arcana checks work." I'm like, "Hey, it's my game. Leave me alone."
But that's what Identify is for, Mr. Hernandez.
Oh, well. I'll say this. In which case, I will say that's a good point, Surmaczewicz. In which case, I'll say what this Arcana check is going to give you is maybe not necessarily 100% accurate. There is a 50% chance. I'll say it that way. There's a 50% chance that what I tell you is the wrong answer. So you touch one of the weapons, roll a d20, add your Arcana modifier, and then I'll tell you if it's high enough. Then I'll roll a dice, and then I will tell you if whether or not you can tell if it's magical.
All right. It is a 9.
You're kind of not. You're not quite sure. As you're trying to touch, you're trying to concentrate and feel if you kind of get any magic vibes. But just the pressingness of the situation, plus Bartholomew's message to the sending stone kind of throws you off as you like are startled by this voice. You're not really able to concentrate. So what's Perry? Let me go back to Perry and Lycan real quick, because Lycan is trying to do this. Now, then I'll get back to our responses. What'd you get, Lycan, for your dexterity check?
Jessica, you're muted.
She's still looking for it.
I got a 15.
Okay, fantastic. So you do make it through there as like a sword sort of goes right over your head, like whoa, that was close. And you sneak your way over to this side of the room, and this door is boarded up. I mean, it looks like it's been this entrance to this tower hasn't been used in a long time. It looks like hammered in and all that. So just boards all over it.
Okay.
Would you say that these lizard folk have done damage to each other?
Yes, they have. I mean, yeah, they're kind of bleeding a little bit for sure. And there's still the one on the outside just go like, I said, let me in. In fact, you hear, Perry, as you're sort of thinking about this, you hear behind you the sound of that lizard folk. He's climbing up behind you from that railing, just going, I'm gonna kill you. He walks right by you as he goes into the room, and he grabs a guy and he does like a backwards flip and flips the guy. See how you like it. Perry, make a dex check so you don't get hit again.
Oh no.
Which one to use? Okay, we're gonna use this one. Let me see. That's a 9.
Perry, you think, oh no, bam, Perry gets hit again and goes flying out again on the balcony. Perry take another 3 damage this time as he just smashes both of you on the ground. It's 3 because when he gets up, he digs his elbow into you to get back up onto his feet. And this one goes around to that door. And he starts banging on the door like they don't really learn their lessons that well. All right, back to now. Lycan, not gonna lie, you don't hear this message, but Perry does. Or actually, Lycan, make another perception check to see if you hear the message.
Okay. It's like a 4.
Okay. So, I'm sorry, Lycan does not hear this. Perry, Alice, and Sharp, you all hear the message from Cornelius to regroup. What do you say?
That might not be possible right now. I don't think Lycan is in a tower right now full of lizard folk trying to kill each other. But we might be able to get up into a tower. We just need to find a way around some boards.
Did you potentially come to us, Bartholomew?
We seem to have found a safe room.
What is in this room? And where are you?
We're in the weapons center.
Any good, interesting weapons in there?
Oh, everything is so shiny.
Any quarterstaffs or anything along those lines? The one I've been using for the last 3 years is this old stick I found on the side of the road. I've whacked.
You're just gonna have to come and see it.
Oh, well, I guess I'm gonna have to be in there. I'm gonna have Cornelius check out the upper floor, see if we can find that warlock or any other interesting things. Did you see the king or anything interesting? Any identifiable people?
We have not seen the king, and based on what we've seen, I would guess that he's in the living quarters.
Okay. I'll send Cornelius up to see if he can find anything. There is the woman and the baby are inside the tower still. They seem to be okay, but who knows how long they'll be safe up there for. So we could try the secondary part of Plan A, or we could storm the castle. But I think storming the castle is probably a stupid idea.
I would agree.
Storm the castle.
Mm-hmm.
I think we have a chance to use the plan that we had talked about.
Mm-hmm. Would you like me to cause that distraction we spoke of earlier?
Let's hold off on the distraction just yet. I have a thought.
Enlighten me.
It's coming now.
Care to share with the class?
Oh. Are you gonna message this thought to me privately?
Well,
go on.
It's formulating.
Okay. Outside of the game, I don't know if I want to tell him though, because
no, seriously. Here's the thing. I want your plan to work. I want your plan to work, but I just want to make sure it's not too easy, because if you just said we do this and I go, oh, that's an awesome idea, you do it, then that's not fun to watch or to play. You could say it out loud. I'm going to be so excited. I want it to work.
Okay.
It's not
I
it's
think
not
you might
DM
say this
versus
is too
players.
easy.
But
my thought was
I could create a distraction
in the
art
art gallery
that would
allow
the
tower to be clear for people to come up and
to
take the baby.
That's a good idea. And once I get more information about the warlock, we do want to taking out that warlock might be a good idea, because if she's as powerful as we all have heard, she might be too powerful for the militias to overcome the armies.
Do you think Double F has a chance to work?
You mean the double distraction plan?
No, the spell.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that would work if
Little
you can
hat?
get up into the tower. Yeah.
Okay.
Who would we like on the ground?
If
I can stay on the ground if need be.
Wait, if
Yeah.
I may, I might have another way to eliminate the guards in the tower. If they've done a number on each other, well, first off, I can hide myself, cast Cloud of Daggers in there to beat them up a little bit, and then cast Sleep on all of them, because they're going to be considerably weakened, and then they're just not an issue anymore. From there, we can make our way up through the tower.
I
think I might have a way to clear all of them out and keep them entertained.
and maybe I can figure out a way to, once I get more information, see if we can draw the warlock and the king into one place, take out at once.
Do we want to take out the king?
Yes, the king needs to go if we can kill the king without causing too much of an issue from all the other parties involved. If we can take out the king, that'll significantly weaken the backing of the people, no matter how scared they are of the main issue. That's a good idea. It's a good idea, Matthew, that you just said.
All right.
Are we ready?
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I have Cornelius begin to scout the upper floors, flying around looking through windows, Mr. Hernandez?
Okay, so what corner do you want to start him at?
Okay, I'm gonna have him fly up. Where am I? Okay, so I'm gonna have him fly towards the balcony first, the one near the wizard's quarters, and peer in the window or door, however that is.
Into the wizard's quarters?
I'm not gonna have him actually go in, but I want him to look into the wizard's quarters.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to tell you what he sees there, and then I'm going to let you guys just keep on doing whatever you're going to do. But he looks inside the room of the wizard's quarters, and I mean, it looks really nice in there. It's beautiful, like purple paint with like gold inside of it on the walls, and just there's a 4-post bed that is completely curtained off with purple curtains in there. And there is a desk in the corner. That's what he sees when he looks inside.
Okay, and no people, no anything?
He
Along those
doesn't
lines?
see any people, but like I said, the 4-post bed is completely curtained off. And it's
Okay.
dark in there.
Is it open? Like, can he go inside?
No, I mean the balcony door is closed. The
Okay.
door out to the balcony into the wizard's quarters is closed.
I'm gonna have Cornelius fly around and see if there's any openings into the building in any way.
Okay. He is going to do that. He's going to fly around, and he is going to come around eventually to this balcony over here. And there are 2 kobolds asleep on this balcony right here. Now I'm going to go to Sharp and Alice, or Perry and Lycan, whoever's doing their distraction.
All right.
Mm.
All right.
I
I am going to cast.
Let's see here.
Disguise self
with
the hat of disguise.
Okay.
And this is a first level,
and
it's 1 hour duration for the impression.
I'm
I'm going to disguise myself as lizard folk, and I'm going to grab my viol, which I have tricked out while I was in the weapons room, and I head over to the lizard folk
I'm going to also cast Tongues at third. Let's see. Yeah, third level. I'll be casting that, and both of those are non-concentration. And I'm going to, which means I've got something that'll bring the house down. You guys ready to play?
Okay, so Sharp makes his way around the corner in slow motion, his illusory tail sliding behind him. He's got these crimson robes and like crimson leather underneath, and he's got this, and he's got like a feathered hat that makes it look like he's got like a red, like crimson mohawk almost as he comes around that corner. And the other lizard folk are just like, and he clicks at them in Draconic. I got something to bring the house down. And they're always like, ugh. And they let you get up onto their really poorly made, shoddy stage, vis-a-vis the stage we did Mary Poppins on 4 years ago. Throwback. So you get up onto the stage, and what do you do?
I say, all right, gentlemen, it's in G minor. And I begin to play, and as I play, we play very loud to attract the attention of the lizard folk that are both in the lobby and also in the tower where the ruckus is. So I play. You ready?
Yep.
I'm too old.
I have no idea what that means. What was that?
all the people in the audience will know.
All the people in the audience know.
I'm so old. Okay, so whatever that was,
Don't
you
worry
rock
about
that out, and they kind of keep up on that, and they to that beat, and the bass is going. And it's really going in there. The guards all kind of
also,
very like.
I want to add something. The lizard folk come in carrying a coffin of the dead family, and just start parading around.
It's a little far. They've already taken care of those bodies, but now those lizard folk in the guard post, they all like start to hear this, and they all like literally like mid punch, like and like they start to push each other, like they start like to mosh inside of here, just like Okay, let's see. Lycan, you got to make another dex check to not get into the mosh.
God. $18. Okay,
so you're able to sneak your way into the corner as they always like. And as you're doing this, Sharp, just those noblemen that were in the lobby are all just kind of like, ugh. But then from behind them, orcs just start to scream in from the reception room, and they're all just like, ah! Ah! And they start to bring their own drums, and they're always going, and they're always like, oh, oh, oh. And behind them, as the orcs are doing this, there is definitely a group of these look like men. They look like barbarian kind of men, and they bring in on like this really big chair. They bring in this man, and let's see. I'm gonna have Alice. Where are you, by the way? Are you staying in the weapons room right now, or are you like still invisible and looking in on all this?
I'm still in the weapons room, but I am still invisible. I was going to head towards the lobby.
Okay. So you're as you kind of start to head towards the lobby. Sorry. The library. Okay, gotcha. All right. So Sharp, make a perception check real quick.
D20.
You did nat 20?
Nat 20.
Cool. So nat 20 plus your modifier, and which is probably still pretty high. You notice that this guy that's coming into the room on this chair, he looks like he's part of the family, and you kind of glance around the room at the portraits, and there is one small. Actually, no, sorry, he wouldn't have a portrait in there because he's the illegitimate son. So never mind. He does look like he looks kind of like Ivan the Terrible, a little bit. But he looks like he's got like a sharper nose, and he has blue eyes instead of brown eyes. But he's being brought in on this chair, and they're all like, oh, these kind of barbarian guys. And now this room is like full. You're surrounded on like all sides by moshing orcs and lizard folk.
Mr. Hernandez.
Some kobolds are crowd surfing.
Mr. Hernandez. Mr. Hernandez.
Bartholomew,
are the barbarians carrying the king dancing? That's the real question. Are they dancing while carrying him?
Yes. I mean, they're like, they're
good.
Yes.
Good. Sharp's music has worked.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
We'll enlighten you about this later, Mr. Hernandez. I promise.
Okay. I'm scared.
A meme, don't worry. It's just a meme.
Okay. Okay. But there were those three nobles in the lobby, and they're still in the lobby, just kind of like they're always kind of like they're very uncomfortable, kind of trying to clap to the beat. Perry, we haven't heard from you in a while. What you doing, Perry?
Oh, I'm gonna do a couple things. I'm gonna use my chime to unlock the door. I'm also going to cast sleep in the room of the moshing lizards in a way that will avoid catching Jessica in the crossfire.
Well, don't worry, because they've already streamed into the art gallery, so the guard post is empty.
Disregard that. I'm going to cast Arcane Eye, and I'm going to have it go across the room because it's invisible, so nobody's going to know it. And it's going to go all the way up and head to the bedroom with the purple bed and the sheets and all that.
The wizard's quarters?
Yes.
Okay. So Arcane Eye is a spell that it casts an invisible eye that's floating through the air, and it can move quite a bit of ways. I don't know what the exact featage is, but I'm going to give you this. That'll be fine. And basically, anybody except for with certain spell abilities called like True Sight, nobody else can see it. So he sends this invisible Arcane Eye, and I don't believe you can do anything, Perry, while that's happening, right?
I don't think so. No,
you can trigger back and forth between it like how I do with my familiar.
Yeah. But I will say this, just double check. Is Arcane Eye a concentration spell?
Let me see.
I think it might be.
That means
so I'm going to I'm going to hide myself away before I do this so I don't get spotted.
Yep. Okay. So kind of hide back in this little corner here. It's pretty easy. I mean, there's the lizard folk have sort of left their weapons, propped up against the wall, almost making like little tents of spears. So you like kind of sneak into there because you're a little gnome. And cast Arcane Eye, and it floats above this crowd. So it's like drone footage of a mosh pit, and goes through the lobby above those nobles, kind of awkwardly clapping to the beat. The reception room looks empty. It's nice, big, open marble floor. Not some candelabras and stuff. But you go towards and all this, by the way, you're describing all this. Liuda is sort of giving you directions on you need to go towards the main stairs. You see some lizard folk guarding there. It floats up the main stairs, which goes to here. The top of those main stairs are more lizard folk, just guarding that. And you're going to float over just straight through to the wizard's quarters?
Yes.
Okay, I don't think it can go through objects, can it? That would be pretty OP.
I'm going to take a look.
I'm gonna say no. My understanding of it is it can't just
but it can pass through something as small as an inch in diameter.
Okay.
So if there's any grates or anything.
Oh, that's a good point. So, just for mentioning that, there is a grate above that door. So you are able to kind of pass through this little hole in this grate. And there is the wizard's quarters, this nice, beautiful purple room. There is a carapace over that bed. So the whole bed is just, you can't see anything inside the bed. It's all covered in cloth. It can pass through less than an inch or an inch.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it can go through this curtain, I guess. Do you want to look inside?
Let's do it.
Okay. You go in there, and there is a body.
Lovely.
Just any random old body.
It looks like it's a kind of an older man, white beard, white hair, and there is a dagger sticking out of his chest. It looks like he was killed in this room in his sleep.
Well then, in that case, I am going to continue to survey the rest of the second floor in search of the warlock.
Okay, we're gonna cut back to Alice. What are you doing, Alice, in the library?
Do you see where the main? I would like to know if the little staircase in between. Yes, is that a staircase?
Yep, and it goes to here.
All right, I would like to go up to the study then.
Okay, so Alice is going to do that and goes to here. Alice is going to sneak past these guards pretty easily, and she's going to go to the study. I'm going to describe what Alice sees in the study, and then we're going to go back to Bartholomew Cornelius. So inside of the study, you see basically, like more books, but sort of more like rolled up papers and some more desks with papers on them. And what's notable about this room that you can see as you're sort of like looking around is just like the lineage of the Ivanhoe family is sort of laid out in cool sort of ornate family trees, where you see there was a King Ivanhoe the first, the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth. There was King Ivanhoe the Great. There was King Ivanhoe the Short. There was King Ivanhoe the Terrible. King Ivanhoe the Generous. Prince Ivan the Just, and then there's a sort of like an unnamed Ivanhoe for what appears to be probably the baby. And there is a desk that has a lot of different colored inks on it: black, red, brown, blue, green. Just different colored inks to do sort of different colored decorations. But they're all nice little containers of ink. I'm going to go back to Bartholomew / Cornelius. You see 2 sleeping kobolds on that balcony. And then there's 2 lizard folk on this balcony over here as well. But they're not sleeping.
So is the door open?
For this balcony?
Mm-hmm.
This balcony or this one?
The balcony it's labeled.
Okay. No, they're just 2 kobolds asleep. There is looks like the door for this balcony looks like it's like right here.
Is there a way I can get through inside?
It looks like it's barely cracked right now.
Okay, Cornelius is gonna try to like push his way in.
Okay, so he puts his little beak in there, and he and he sneaks his way in, and he's inside of this little circular area. And you look inside of the royal living quarters, and it's candle lit, and there is a woman inside of this room, and she's brushing her hair in the mirror, and it is a rather large woman, and she has a beautiful dress on, and she's just going.
Do I know who this woman is?
No.
I'm gonna. So he's still invisible, but I'm gonna have him make a loud, inquisitive cawing noise.
And she's a very humble-looking woman, and very large. And she's like, the door. And she walks over past Cornelius and looks and sees the 2 sleeping kobolds and goes, "You're supposed to be guarding me!" And they both hop up. And she slams the door and goes, "And don't try to watch me getting dressed." And she goes back to the mirror.
Okay.
I can't wait till I get a serving girl to do all the brushing and dressing for me. The proper queen needs a whole team of beauticians, especially this, she says.
Okay, Cornelius is gonna flap up silently and perch on top of like her mirror area and poop directly on top of her head.
We will get back to that. Let's go with Sharp.
All right. So
you still playing, or what are you doing?
Me?
Yeah. What are you doing, Sharp?
It's like the song is just ending, and the how far is the king?
The king is after the song gets ending, and literally like the orcs are like, "Oh!" and they put them down pretty quickly so that they can start like applauding and beating their chest and hitting each other. Just like that's kind of how they applaud. They punch each other across the face. They spit out a tooth and then they just cheer. And what appears to be the king is like, ha, 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 ha. And he sort of makes his way to the crowd back to the lobby area. And you see him converse. Well, it's really hard to see, although you are up on kind of like stage, so you can kind of see over their heads that who you assume to be the king talking to those nobility over there. And they go from when they see the king, they're like, ah, they're sort of like talking to each other. And the orcs are starting to get rowdy. Play again! Play again!
I say,
let's get the king in here. King Ivan. Everybody starts chanting, King Ivan. King Ivan.
If you would like for them to do that, you need to make a persuasion check. So with that, let's get the king in here. Make a persuasion check to get the crowd in on your side.
18 plus 10 modifier, 28.
Holy cabooses. Okay, so yes, that does. Just so you know, I literally say that.
Holy cabooses.
So it's my, when you have kids, I don't want to teach my kids holy crap. I don't want to teach so I say holy cabooses literally all the time. So,
Mr. Hernandez, speaking of that,
That's my name.
the junior video that you did was great. Why did you bleep that word out?
I just thought it would be funny. I knew that we don't need to get into this right now.
Okay, sorry, I cracked up. It was great.
I'm glad. It was supposed to be funny. It worked. All right, so you get the crowd ripped up and roaring up, and they're going, King Hugo, King Hugo, and they're starting to mosh while they do King Hugo, and they're pushing each other, and then kind of like fighting starts to break out, and and one orc throws another orc out this window, just shatters the window, and he was like, and just screaming, and those guys all start to be like, and you see them make their way back into the reception room.
Okay.
I love orcs so much.
All
right. I'm going to.
I'll let you think about that. I'm going to go back to Perry and Lycan.
Okay. Okay. So the door's boarded up and the guard room's empty, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so
remind me of what was the last thing you guys did in there? Like what you were trying to do?
I moved out of the way from the mosh pit, and then I think
Perry, what were you thinking about doing? Because you were gonna like put everybody to sleep, but there's nobody in there, and then what were you gonna do?
At this point, I want to be able to I want to find a way to remove the boards from the door to.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. I was gonna see if I can wedge my axe in and rip the boards off.
Sure. Yeah, and I remember now, Perry, you cast Arcane Eye.
Yeah.
And your eye went into that wizard's quarter, saw the dead wizard. Okay. So Lycan, you're gonna start to take down the boards of the door? Okay.
Yes.
All right, so Lycan, you do that. Make a strength check.
Okay. That is a 16.
Ooh, you just barely got that one.
Oh.
Because you're able to pry off those boards, which seem like they've been there for a long time, prying off those boards, and the door is now clear. And I'm going to go over to Alice.
I would like to go across the wizard's quarters onto the balcony.
Okay, so you go to this door, and it's locked.
I have a chime for that.
Okay, can you remind me what is the read exactly what the chime does real quick?
Let me check real quick. It says,
sorry if this messes up the stream.
No,
sorry.
It says you can strike it as an action, pointing at an object within 120 feet that can be opened, such as a door, lid, or lock. It issues a clear tone, and one lock or latch on the object opens unless the sound can't reach the object.
Okay. Does it say All right, so I don't want to get too hung up on this, but I'm just going to check one last thing real quick. Well, to this broken. You try to use your chime on this, and it doesn't seem to work. You kind of try to open it, but it seems like you cast that, and you can see like magical beams sort of like emanate from it, like magical musical waves, and they like bounce back at you when they hit that door.
Am I allowed to try something else, or is that it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I cross over into the... Is there a little balcony right beside the trophy room?
Well, there's this little kind of side room that just goes from the hallway into the trophy room here, but there's no balcony.
So,
Unless, wait, there is a, I'll say this, this is a window here, and there is like a little ledge. It doesn't really seem like it was meant to be a balcony, but it wouldn't be impossible for you to open the window and for you to stand on this ledge and have roof access here.
I would like to open the window, please.
Okay, open up that window, get up onto that ledge. Make a stealth check real quick just to make sure that when you're opening and closing that window, you're not attracting attention from the guards.
All right. 8. But it's a nat 1.
Oh, I see. So roll up, you bring that window up, sneak out, close that door. It gets caught. It gets kind of stuck, and you're trying to close it, and you do, but it goes and it closes. What do you do real quick?
Can I go around the corner? It doesn't look like there's a window there.
You sneak around this corner. You're on top of the roof now, and we'll get to you to what you see here in just a second. Back to Bartholomew, who has used his raven to poop on the window, poop on the mirror.
I love Cornelia so much.
Poops on the window, and the woman goes, "Ah!" She screams, and she goes running out of the room, bursting through this door, or rather this door, rather. And you don't see her anymore.
All right, Cornelius is gonna flap through into the next room.
This one?
Yes, to see what's in there.
So this was like a bedroom with the mirror and stuff. This is just sort of like a nice sitting room with couches and things, nice beautiful pillows, a little bookshelf.
All right, is the music room open, or did she not go through there?
Yeah, she went. No, sorry, that's correct. So this music room is not open. The doors are closed.
He's gonna flop down into the little hallway, like we're near the main stairs, and just, is there anything in that hallway? Can you see anything?
What you see is that woman, and she's talking to the lizard folk there. So there's something in my room. It's just bird poop came out of nowhere, and there was no bird. Something is afoot. I tell you, I didn't get this far in life without knowing that something sneaky is going on here. And the lizard folks say, listen, we just heard a sound down the hallway. I'll go with you. You go that way. And so they walk past you, Cornelius. The big woman and the lizard folk walk back through here. Awesome. Get out of here. Junebug on my desk. And so it goes, they just go past you. And then you see another lizard folk walking this way. And he's just sort of like looking around. And he notices this door, and he goes through here.
Okay. I'm going to have Cornelius. Is the study open? Or any other rooms? Are there any other rooms that I can see open?
Yeah, the study's open. Alice went through there.
Okay.
And the trophy room's open. There's no door in the trophy room. Oh,
I'm gonna have him flap into the trophy room just to see what's in there.
Okay. Going to the trophy room. I'm gonna describe this, and then we're gonna get back to Lycan.
Okay.
Okay. So sorry. Okay, here we go.
Oh, and is there no door there at the trophy room into the music room? Is that not a door?
That is correct.
Okay. I was just wondering.
In the trophy room, you look around. There's some pretty cool creatures in here, along with your typical stags and rams. There is the head of an owl bear mounted, the head of a displacer beast, the head of a phase spider, and the head of a werewolf. And then above the mantle, there looks to be this sweet longbow. It's like green tinted wood with like gold inlay on it. Looks pretty sweet.
All right.
That's
Thanks.
official D&D language, by the way. All right. So back to Lycan.
Okay. Okay, so I get the boards off of the door. Okay, who was the... Okay, Cornelius saw... Cornelius landed on the balcony of the abandoned tower, correct?
He's not in there anymore, but yes, he saw the lady inside the abandoned tower. And the baby.
Yeah. Okay, how many... Was that kobolds that were in there? How many... Did he relay this information to everyone?
Yes, there were no kobolds in there, but there were kobolds flying around the tower.
They weren't... Were those not the one playing dice? Is it just the little... Okay, I'm sorry.
Dice ones are somewhere else.
That's okay.
Yeah.
The dice ones are on the upper terrace, which is still only the lower terrace is about 20 feet down, like stairs down. But then you go 20 feet up to the same level as the art galleries, the upper terrace, and that's where the kobolds are playing dice there.
Oh.
Flying kobolds are sort of like around here, and if Alice wasn't invisible, they would see her because they're sort of like flying around.
Okay. So I open the door and I make my way up those are stairs, right?
I'm also going to snap out of my Arcane Eye and follow Lycan up.
Okay,
Yeah.
Are you just gonna follow her without being invisible?
Yeah, I'll recast it on myself.
Okay,
You're
use
going
that
to
spell
lose your
slot.
Arcane Eye.
I am?
Yeah, if you recast invisibility, it's concentration.
Yep.
I don't know, how much more do I need to survey with it? I feel like we've got the upper floor pretty well covered.
What did you
Yeah.
see in the wizard's room?
It was the dead body.
Is this in character, by the way?
I mean,
No,
I assumed the dead body was conveyed to
sorry.
everybody.
Well, you should
did
do
you
that.
say
You
a dead
should-
body, Mr.
If you
Hernandez?
want to make sure, if you want to
Oh,
make sure
okay.
that all the characters know it, say it in character.
Sorry. Yeah, the wizard room has a dead guy. I'm gonna turn off my Arcane Eye and turn invisible and follow Lycan.
Okay, so you guys make it up a big winding set of stairs all the way up to this to the abandoned tower, and this door is open.
Okay, here we go. The door swings open and I kind of walk in and I just, not realizing I'm invisible, I'm like, I'm here to save you. You're welcome.
And Perry, are you in on that?
Oh yeah, party time.
And the little girl just starts going, what is going on? Voices! What's happening?
Oh wait.
And I'm like, oh wait, oh no.
We're here to help. We're just invisible. We're gonna make you invisible as well, and that baby.
Okay, who are you? How do I know that I can trust you?
I'm a gnome.
There's a warlock around here. She's a gnome. How do I know you're not the warlock?
I'm not a girl.
We're plabs. You ever heard of
Yeah,
plabs?
I'm Blabs. I'm Perry the Payable. I'll take your money off your hand.
Don't scare the girl.
Okay. All right. Now you're gonna both need to make a persuasion check, and then I'm gonna get to Sharp.
Oh boy.
Okay, oh god.
I was a 12.
I got a 17.
Okay, so Lycan, your air of confidence seems to do more for her than Perry's I'll take your money off your hands kind of swagger. And so she says, you sound big and strong. I'll go with you. I can't see you. It's really scary.
Wait, who cast it? Who cast invisibility? Was that Perry who cast invisibility
That
on
was
me?
me.
Okay. Perry, you're scaring the girl. Can you make her see me? Do your thing? Make her see me. Make her see me.
There you go.
Okay, so all right. So now you're not
just
visible.
I'm
And
gonna
she
do that
sees-
to myself as well.
Okay, she sees you both, and looks a little bit scared. She's like, okay, just please get us out of here. I'm so scared. Okay, back to Sharp.
All right, so I yell at the top of my lungs, everybody, listen. And obviously this is in Draconian. With this new kingdom, it's all so important that we maintain a level of peace. And if you don't mind, I have a little song I want to play for you. And this is with Persuasion and Bardic Inspiration to be peaceful. Are you ready? Or do I need to roll?
Hold on. You can use Bardic Inspiration on yourself. So if you want, basically, you can give yourself a Bardic Inspiration dice for this performance. And so if you don't like your roll, you can add it to this roll. All right, so I will say this is going to be pretty difficult to get a group of moshing orcs and lizard folk to be peaceful. So I think that giving yourself Bardic Inspiration for this is a good idea.
Okay.
All right, go ahead, play the song.
Do you want me to roll first or play?
Well, if you want to use Bardic Inspiration on your Persuasion, you do need to play it. You need to play.
Okay, I will play
it. And then I'll allow you to use that on this if you want. Go ahead.
Okay, so I will roll D8. And that is a 6 plus the performance, correct?
Persuasion. You're trying to persuade everybody to chill out.
Oh, good. So I rolled an 18 plus 10 is 28. And with that, please enjoy an old classic. All right. I gotta take this off. I'm getting an echo. Okay. Why are there so many songs about rainbows? What's on the other side? Rainbows are visions, but only illusions. Rainbows have nothing to hide. So we've been told, and some choose to believe it, but I know they're wrong. Wait and see. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me, all of us in a family.
Okay, thank you, Sharp. So Sharp is playing that, and like, you know, he's I'll say that was on your viol. And the other lizard folk are just the bandmates kind of stop. They don't know even how to drum to that. They all just kind of stop and they just stare at you really weird, like all the respect they had for you suddenly goes away. But they're just standing there staring at you. And everyone stops moshing, but then they start to be like, "What is this? Why, I thought this was a party." And there's a little bit of just sort of like, "Whoa, this is what's going on? Where's the food?" And now it sort of breaks up. You kind of killed the party as orcs and lizard folk now start to just like, and now they're kind of just moving everywhere. We've got some, you can't quite tell, but I mean, there's a ton of them in here and they're just dispersing themselves. There's still some hanging out in there, but now you're going to have, well, that's all I'll say about that. Okay. Who hasn't gone in a while? Alice. Okay. Real quick.
Wait, yeah.
Real quick, Alice. And then, yeah. So Alice, you sneak around there and a lizard folk goes to the window and goes, like he just recreated the sound and he goes, and he gets up. You can hear him open that window, but you're still around the corner. What do you do?
Can I go onto the balcony by the wizard's quarters?
So you're going to need to make a dex check because you're like on like 6 inches of of stone that you're going to be like hugging that wall trying to get around there. Okay,
Yeah,
this is going to be pretty difficult. It's a dexterity check.
10.
You really? What'd you roll?
I've got like a 6.
Now, just make it. Yeah, no, that's correct. Okay. All right. So you do get your way around there. You sneak around. You're slipping a lot. You're like, but you're barely hanging on to that wall. Just you're making a lot of noise. You make your way around to that balcony, but you hear some sounds behind you. And when you get onto that balcony, do you look back at all?
Yes.
You turn around and you can see a lizard folk who looks like he kind of starts to scale that wall again, sort of retracing the sounds of what he thinks he just heard. And he's like, he looks down, sees, he's going to make a quick perception check. He sees the ledge and just kind of is looking around, and he just freezes.
How steep is this roof?
Well, you didn't get on the roof. There was just like a little bit of a ledge against the wall, because the roof, the roof is too far down. You were like scaling a wall with the roof below you, so to speak. A little bit, not much, about 10 feet below you. So but you're on that balcony now at the Wizard's Quarters. Okay, now folks, it is 10:11. We are going to take just a really quick little break. Go get yourself a little refresher. Go get yourself like a little drink. Go to the restroom. We're going to come back. Matthew Newkirk, my clock says it's 10:11. Can we be back by 10:15, everybody?
Sure.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
We're back.
All right. Well, thank you so much for hanging with us. Hope you had a nice little break. We're all nice and refreshed and ready to go. So just a quick little recap. Sharp has been entertaining the troops a little bit, but he did calm them down, but kind of scattered them. So now we've got orcs and lizard folk have sort of started to wander about the palace. Up in the abandoned tower, Perry and Lycan have found the servant girl and the baby and have convinced them to go with her. Alice tried to sneak around to the wizard's quarters, but in doing so attracted the attention of a particularly curious lizard folk who appears to be freezing in place to catch any kind of sound. And Bartholomew has been hanging out in the woods quite safe this entire time while operating through his familiar Cornelius, who has been exploring some places, found a rather large woman hanging out in the royal living quarters getting ready for this party, but has attracted the attention of this rather large woman by pooping on her mirror. And so now our lizard folk is investigating the mirror with her. So that is where we all stand. Let's go back to Lycan and Perry.
Okay. Perry.
Yeah.
I trust you know what we're gonna do.
Yeah. So I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make all of us invisible. It's gonna be a little hard, but I'm gonna cast this up a couple times. So like my 4th level spell slot till it'll take care of us. Next up, I'm gonna cast Featherfall on all of us, so you can just jump out of here and be fine. And to take care of the flying kobolds, I'm gonna use my prestidigitation to make the smell of like something very delectable, like some sort of rotting flesh, like far, like in another direction, opposite direction of us jumping to get rid of them. And we're just gonna go. And once we get there, we're going to run for the woods. Once we hit the woods, I'm gonna turn off the invisibility, and then that way we can have Leota watch over the baby, and then we can go regroup with the rest of the group.
Lycan turns to the girl and goes, "You got all that? If you're scared, I totally get it because I am too. But you gotta trust us."
But you're so big. How can you be scared?
I'm so scared right now. That took a lot of... I almost got moshed to death. Trust me, I'm terrified. Don't worry.
Oh, I've been in a tower with a baby for 2 days, but okay. All right.
Do you trust us? You got this?
Yes. Just take me back. Just please get me safe. Please.
Okay.
Baby. Okay, so Perry, through a series of all these his eyes roll back into his head, and he sort of wiggles, invisible. Casts another spell, Featherfall, and everyone just feels nice and light. And then Perry, just describe the rest here. I'm going to let you go with it.
All right.
How does it all look as you guys do the rest?
So we're all invisible now. I cast my, I wiggle my fingers to cast like the smell of rotting flesh, kind of just generally in the air, like 30 feet away from us in the opposite direction of the window. We're going to jump out. And then I say, yeah.
Okay.
I communicate to Sharp. We got the baby. And then with that,
prestidigitation is only 10 feet, Perry.
10 feet then. I thought I mistook it for 30 feet. As far out as it can be, just away from us.
Okay.
I say, go, go, go. And then we all just paratrooper out. We're all invisible and floating slowly.
All right. So they'll jump off. Lycan, are you holding the serpent girl?
Yes. I'll just hold her right by me.
Holding on to her, who's holding on to the baby, and you can feel her go as you jump and as you're all falling down, the baby starts to cry.
Oh no.
Back to Sharp.
All right. So as everybody kind of has scattered, I find a place near the stage that is not in eyesight of anybody, and I am going to go ahead and cast Disguise Self again. This time as a stately noble, not unlike one talking to King Hugo right now.
Okay, so you're going to need to make some sort of stealth check to, if you're saying you want to stay by the stage, which is like in the middle of this room, and there are some people still around, you can do a stealth check to like sneak under the stage to do this, if you want to do it right here.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay, make a stealth check, please.
It's 12 with modifier, but I might use lucky on this. Actually,
Lucky,
go ahead.
Lucky only lets you re-roll a 1 unless we're doing some other kind of weird thing with this one. Is that like
No,
bountiful
He
luck
has
or something?
defeat. He has defeat.
Okay.
It's a feat.
So you're gonna, what is that you're gonna do with that? Re-roll it?
Yes, it's basically a reroll, and I pick whichever one is better.
Okay.
And that is 18 with mod.
So 18 total?
Yes.
Okay. So you sneak down underneath the stage and you get out of being a lizard folk and you turn yourself into a what race of noble?
Let's just go human.
Okay. So pop back up. Nice human. I'm just making this up for you. Blonde hair, sort of. You know, and actually a little ponytail in the back too. Gold necklace, and you start to walk, and a couple of the lizard folk that were on the stage go, "What the heck? Where did you come from?" And they don't move, but you just keep on walking by and through a couple of other orcs and lizard folk. But the ones on the stage are like, "Did you? Where did?" And that's what you hear as you're walking away towards that group, or towards like the lobby. You guys are down here. Not that. Whatever that is. I don't know what that is. You guys have fallen and oh yeah, oh no, I'm gonna get to you. Sorry, I'm gonna go. I forgot the baby's crying. I'm gonna go to Alice real quick. Okay, so Alice, you're kind of like on the balcony, and that lizard folk that was sniffing after you is sort of like around here, but he's frozen. What do you do?
Can I just go to the very back edge of the balcony very, very quietly?
Okay, you sneak your way back over to here. Okay. Anything else?
Not currently.
Okay. All right, you're just gonna chill there. All right, Bartholomew, Cornelius.
Okay, so I'm going to switch back to Bartholomew, and I'm going to pull out my handy dandy sending stone.
I
and go,
swear.
and go,
Oh
status
no.
report. I need a status report. I have not found the warlock's location. I repeat, I have not found the warlock's location.
Okay.
I was gonna say it.
This is why you mute your sending stone.
Well, I mean, uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Can everybody still hear me at all?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
Okay.
your roll 20.
Okay. All right. Okay. No big deal.
Nervous.
So Bartholomew says that, and I mean, it's basically what I'm going to say is, Alice, you hear it. It's sort of faintly inside of your pouch, and Perry and Lycan, you hear it as you're falling, but you're also hearing the baby crying. Let's see. Sharp, you're going to need to make a perception check to see if you notice it, because you are sort of walking through a party.
For me
to notice it, or for other people to notice it?
For Sharp to notice it.
Okay. Ooh, D20. Natural 20.
Ooh.
Okay. So you do notice there is something coming in through your sending stone. You didn't quite hear what it was, but you just know it's almost like you can feel your cell phone ringing. It's like, is that a, so you know that you're trying to get a message through there. All right, now I'm gonna cut back real quick. Well, to Alice. Alice, you hear and a little bit of like a claws kind of slowly making their way. Sounds like towards you. You are still invisible though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Back to Lycan and Perry. The baby is starting to cry. What do you do as you're slowly falling?
I'm gonna cast a spell.
There's already. Oh no.
I am going to cast Dancing Lights. And a minor illusion.
Where?
Dude,
On
you
the
already have
ground
like 3 of them active.
I mean, I don't think any of them have concentration, so I think it's okay.
On
it's
the
not happening
ground.
during a combat.
On the roof, away from us, solidly away from us. Lights are just gonna start going, and there's gonna be massive just drums going really loud.
That's such a. Oh no.
Okay, massive, really loud drums on the top of this tower. Alice, you notice this.
And dancing lights.
Okay, Alice, you're on there on the balcony, and
You've built a lighthouse.
The sound. Alice, actually, the sound of like the claws scraping, they kind of stop, and you hear as you're both kind of looking over to that tower.
The
as,
drums
like,
are to the beat of the music.
And
from earlier.
The flying kobolds that were sort of around in the air, they're all just like. They seem pretty like, what the heck is going on in general? As you guys feather fall your way back now, you're touched down on the ground, and a little girl is trying to
quiet the baby. Make it. How do you make it stop? I don't know.
She's hungry. What am I supposed to do?
We need to run to the forest. We'll talk later.
Oh, carry me. Let's go.
Hey, I just scoop her up like.
Okay, you guys.
And all this time, I keep going, status report. Are you guys okay?
Can I pull out my sending stone, and I'm like, Bartholomew, shut it right now. We are coming. Hold on.
We got the baby.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. All right. You guys are, for all intents and purposes, not on this map anymore. Perry and Lycan. Okay. And Sharp, what are you doing?
Oh my god.
Well, I definitely heard the message with the stone.
Well, you heard something.
I heard something.
You have not indicated that you have tried to listen to the exact message. Just I'm giving it to you that you know that there's a message coming in, but you can't quite hear it because there's still a party going on. There's still people around, and they're all kind of like and kind of you hear like side chatter of like that musician was great until he played that rainbow song. What was that? Oh,
Don't forget, I have rave drums and rave lights going on above the ceiling.
Well, that's above the abandoned tower. That's like everybody else is inside.
Oh, I meant like the roof of like the party.
It's gold. It's not open.
I don't think you. Yeah, you couldn't.
There's
have done
drums.
That far away.
Well,
It's okay.
like they can't really hear it that well. It's pretty high up. Like definitely this lizard folk over here was on Alice's trail is like really distracted by it, and the flying kobolds are really distracted by it. But the people inside the party can't really hear it because they're kind of being loud. They're literally like taking like priceless objects on stands, just going like, "Hey, watch this." Just sort of, they're just violent hooligans. So sorry, no one's appreciating your light show except for the winged kobolds up there.
I'm going to move into the let's see, into the like the room, the little pantry room that is next to the stairs, because I want to check out what's going on this next one. No, not there. Down to the right.
Yeah. So you go down here, and then you're going into this pantry.
Well, I was thinking more this closet on the right.
This closet on the right.
It's that little empty blank area right below the lobby.
Right there.
Okay. All right. So it is kind of like a little hall. This area. That one?
Yeah. How's
okay.
that?
Yeah. So there's appear to be sort of like servants' clothes in here, some like extra butler liveries and things like that.
But no one's in there?
No.
Okay. Good.
Okay. So and then what do you do in there, Sharp?
Stone.
Okay, so then you happen to catch the last part of the conversation. We've got the baby, we've got the girl. You hear that.
Okay, then I'm gonna pull out my stone and say, do you need any help? I could keep the baby quiet. I don't know if I could be much more help here, or do you need me to go up and help find our monster?
I'm gonna respond to that. I'm gonna go, we need to find the warlock. I don't know where it is, but I have a plan to draw him out if you come back and meet me.
Okay, where are you?
Back in the forest where we last parted.
Okay. And then I am going to cast Dimension Door back to the forest.
Okay. Over to here.
Yep.
Okay. Now, Lycan and Perry, as you're going through the woods, the little girl says, "Listen, I heard that they're looking for the warlock. Is that what I just heard?"
Yes. Do you know anything?
I might, but it's hard to explain. Just tell them to come back where we're going. Let's all just. It's hard to explain. Please, just tell them to come back with us.
I want to roll perception to see if she's trying to hide that she's a warlock, or something, like if she's trying to lure us into a trap.
Sure.
Oh,
that would
God.
be Mr. Hernandez. That's insight.
Insight.
Abby.
Can I do it as well?
Since
I'm
no,
back at this point.
You're. Oh wait. So, let's see.
Sharp's with me.
Yeah, you guys are still.
Oh, I'm sorry. Never mind.
Yeah. Go ahead, Perry.
Only a 9.
I mean, she seems like a little girl who's really scared, and she has something to tell people, but she doesn't really know how, in the way that little kids are.
Alrighty. Let's keep going.
Do we know we're going the right way, or do we need to?
Yeah, I'm going to give it to you that you know where you're going.
Okay.
It's kind of part of your plan. You guys have done this before. You know, like how to backtrack, get to the place where you started. And so let's say that you guys have actually made your way back to the group here.
Okay.
And so now you're all, for all intents and purposes, like you're all ready to get out of there, except for poor Alice. So let's go to Alice real quick.
Thanks. So he's hanging out. He's hanging out.
You hear, actually, as you're there, you see like him like jump and land on the roof, and he's like crawling on the roof, just roof tiles just slipping off and just falling. And he's just like he's actually just making his way over to that tower, but via the roof, just going.
Okay. Can I attempt to open the balcony door very quietly?
Yeah. You open that up. It comes open pretty easily. You're inside the wizard's quarters. There's a desk in the corner. Everything's nice purple. Smells like a dead body in here.
I'd like to check out the desk first.
You open up the desk, and you see an incredibly crazy-looking, really cool wand. And it's beautiful. It's gold. It's got multicolored facets on it. Maddie, what I want you to do is I want you to go into your D&D Beyond character. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Click on your inventory.
Equipment.
Yeah.
Equipment. There should be like an add item.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Click on magical items. Just make sure that that's available. Like you're gonna be able to see magical items. Or is there a search bar?
There's a search bar.
There's a search
Maddie,
bar, yes.
Maddie, in the search bar, please search for Wand of Wonders.
Cool.
And now add that to your inventory.
Which one? There's like 40 of them. There's a couple different types of Wand of Wonders.
Oh, no, there's
legendary
just one Wand of Wonder, according to...
There's also the Wand of Wonders. Got it.
Oh, sorry, the Wand of Wonder, yeah. Okay. All right, so you got that. And now? Does anybody say anything Anybody say anything? Lydia's saying, if you have the child, get back here now.
Understood. Alice, where are you?
Gang.
I'm gonna pull out the stone, first of all. And then I'm going to say that I am in the wizard's quarters, and I have a very shiny looking wand.
Well, can you meet us back here? You still invisible?
I am. Do you want me to come to you, or do you want me to wait out until you guys have a plan?
Maybe wait out till we have a plan. Can you give us a minute? We can include you in the conversation over something's done.
Alrighty. Well, while they're talking, can I go check out the dead body now, or is it?
Yes. Although your internal clock, Alice, is telling you that from the time that you cast invisibility, it is getting very close to.
I cast invisibility, actually. That was
when it happened. Whenever it happened, the time is getting very, very close to when it's going to wear off.
Alice, actually, you might want to come back here. The invisibility is going to wear off very soon.
I don't think that they can get in here, though, because I couldn't get in here, and I feel like walking through the castle would be rather risky.
But you can't get out.
So, do you want to stay in there and have us send a rescue party in to get you, or do you want to try to climb down the wall or something?
Are we taking out the warlock?
Leota says over the sending stone, you need to bring the baby back now.
I'm gonna just
We'll bring the baby back, Leota.
I'm actually going to put on my gauntlets of ogre strength and pick up the girl and just walk with the baby back to Leota. It's like over my head.
Lycan looks very offended. Lycan's like,
Okay. So the
we
scout's
have
gonna
Perry on his way back to you, Leota.
Someone come with me.
Listen,
Yeah,
all
we have Perry
all
on
we
the
need-
way.
all
Whatever.
we need. Leota's just saying over the. All we need is that baby. Please, we'll take care of everything else. As soon as we get that baby, we'll have all the neighboring kingdoms behind us. As long as they know that baby is safe. Please,
I'm on my
just
way
get
The
it
back.
out.
baby's on its way back, but this warlock is too much of a danger to be left alive. We need to take it out now.
Bartholomew, that is an order.
I'm just gonna
Leota, I
go
think you're making a
back.
mistake.
Bartholomew, just listen to Leota for right now. We will get the warlock in a second. Can we focus on this? Like, even though all my thunder is being taken right now, let's go. I don't care.
Bartholomew, listen to me. As your cousin. Listen.
Now you and I
Like,
both know
You and I both know
that we
that we disagree on this particular issue,
but I have
to obey orders,
and I will
cast Shatter if I need to.
Don't even try to start fighting me. I'll come with you guys.
I'm going to pick up the stone and say, Bartholomew, as the person residently stuck in the castle, just go.
Do you want me to get you out first?
No,
can-
just take the child.
I could probably teleport you. Perry's already on his way back.
Are you sure you could teleport me?
Definitely.
Not right now. We need to get the baby back.
Yeah, Perry's already on his way.
Yeah,
but
Perry's on his way.
Alice
Like, and
is
you're
stuck
probably
with
following Perry.
Perry's on it.
I'm gonna.
Have I investigated the dead body first?
Yeah, sure. So you look at you're looking at the body, and it looks like this man was killed in his sleep. He was still like wearing his pajamas and everything. It looks like it's been a couple of days. It's pretty gross in there. Just a knife through his chest.
Is
Alice,
there any?
Do you want me to come catch you?
Is there any way I could check to see who he is?
So make a history check real quick.
Right. Is that a D20?
D20 plus your history modifier.
11.
Well, the King Ivan's wizard, Thoreau, was pretty well known by people, and he did have a physical characteristic that people sort of talked about and joked about, that he had sort of like a scar on his cheek that almost looked like weird. It was like weird and curved. It almost looked like a question mark. And you notice that. It's kind of hard to see, but you notice that this appears to be the body of the King Ivan the Generous's wizard. Thoreau.
All right, Bartholomew, get me out of here.
Okay. I'm going to teleport over to her using my cloak of the cape of the mountebank. Teleport to her. Grab her, and then use a 4th level spell slot to teleport back using Dimension Door.
Okay.
And I'm going to teleport as far as I can towards Leota.
Okay. So, so the cape of the mountebank, when you use it, there's like the smell of brimstone in the air. So, any last words that any words that you say before you use it, any words that you say to Sharp before you disappear in a puff of brimstone.
Leota better have a pretty good plan of taking out that warlock, or we're going to have a major issue when I get back. And then I teleport.
And he's gone. Goes to Alice, and Alice, it stinks in here. It's good brimstone, and then uses the Dimension Door. You guys pop out. Okay. All right. We make it back to the camp, and everybody is. You guys make your way through the woods. Perry, this little gnome carrying a child holding a baby, Lycan looking real salty behind him, and everybody else, following behind. And as you guys make your way into this camp, there's sort of like hushed silence as all of the men around are all just in awe as Perry lays down the girl onto her feet. And she very sheepishly reveals the prince, and everyone gets down on one knee, including Leota gets down on his knee. And there's just a silence. Almost even like the crickets seem to stop chirping in this moment of everybody realizing that there is hope. Anybody do anything?
Can I just?
You said you had something to share.
Yes. Listen, I don't think that the warlock is anything to worry about. It's hard to explain, but I've seen her myself, and she's just this. I don't think there's anything to worry about. And Leota just interrupts and just says, "Please, we must celebrate. My best friend's grandson is here, is still alive. We must celebrate before."
What do you mean she's nothing to worry about? I'm interrupting Leota. It's Leota's talking. What do you mean she's nothing to worry about? Have you seen some of us? Some of us don't look like we have anything to worry about, and we're pretty powerful.
You're talking to
this little tiny little gnome over. Yeah, I'm talking to the girl. Look at that tiny.
And at that moment,
he can blow doors open with his mind.
I just.
And can I?
Yeah.
Okay. And at that moment, let's see what it is. No, wait.
During this, I look over at Perry and I just smack him upside the head, and I'm like, "Don't ever do that again."
I smack him back with my gauntlets of ogre strength.
Just kind of like
you guys soaring through the trees.
Oh, come on.
Oh, come on. Okay, fine. I'll just do something with Bardic Inspiration.
Okay.
And I just start playing for everybody very loudly.
Okay, so that Matthew, that really, or Sharp, that really gets the party going. The men are all just starting to cheer. There's this big keg of ale gets brought over and slammed down on the ground, and people are just going over to the keg, all just sort of crowding around it. And the servant girl just goes over. She's like, oh, "Please, please, let me serve." And she's just pouring the ales, because what she's used to doing. She's pouring out the ales, just giving them out to everybody. And Leota just says, "A toast to the line of Ivan. My friend, dead. May his line rest on. Everyone, take a drink."
My character does not drink.
Everybody but Bartholomew make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh God. Oh no.
I will take a drink in real life, though.
That's an 8.
8.
17.
18.
Harry and Lycan, you take... Boy, that was a lucky roll. You take 1 poison damage. Alice and Sharp, you feel sour in your stomach, and you like an awful taste in your mouth, but something deep inside of you is able to everyone around you, all the soldiers just start choking and dropping.
I spin around and I grab the servant girl and I just slam her into the ground and I go, "What did you do?"
You sure do try to do that. And
But-
she leaps back 30 feet and says,
No.
Oh,
"So fast." And
30 feet, the perfect distance.
The disguise that she's wearing drops. And you see in front of you, sorry, let me get this ready here. You see in front of you a gnome. And
That's a
her
cool looking gnome.
Her hands glow, her eyes glow. The eldritch blue inside of her hands, she just goes and she shoots it up into the air. Just blue, giant blue signal in the sky. And she says, "This is perfect. Exactly what I wanted. Now what we have. The resistance all in one place. The only ones that are able to stop King Hugo right in front of me. And the prince. Come tomorrow morning. I will be bringing all your heads into the town square. And there'll be a public execution of the last in the line of Ivan. And you've led me straight to it."
One question, Warlock, before we start this rumble. Who's the real ruler here? You or the king?
The great old one doesn't need power. I am just his servant to make sure that chaos wins in the end.
So it's you behind this, not the king?
Oh,
Or the
no,
false
no,
king?
no. The king did seek me and the great old one out. We're happy to help, just as long as chaos wins the day.
Understood.
And she, the baby, by the way, was in her arms, and she takes it, she touches it, and then she does this, and it just floats up in the air 20 feet, the baby does, and then it kind of like floats up there. The baby's just floating in the air about 20 feet above you.
I thought she was gonna kill it. Oh, I got so scared.
No way. It's a Catholic high school
I was so
live.
I was so scared. I was so scared.
Okay, so everybody, roll initiative.
Mr. Hernandez, one quick question. How far away is the castle?
Pretty, probably about 200 feet away.
Okay.
Who knew that Bartholomew was the only one with brains?
Yeah. You guys didn't expect it?
Man said.
I mean, I expected it meta, but that had nothing to do with my character. Just wanted to go, figure out where the warlock was and stop a monarchy from rising, because my character has a real issue with people taking authority that's not theirs. That's a 23, Mr. Hernandez.
Thank you.
What do we? Right. That was a nat 20 plus my initiative.
Brilliant. And Matthew, my character saw what time it was and needed to get us back to the camp.
Yeah, since my character's royalty, he doesn't really like people pretending to be royalty when they're not.
That's good.
Wait, Sharp. when we do initiative. Okay, mine is a 19.
Like a 19 Sharp.
It's
it's D20 plus
your it should be your dexterity modifier.
So it's a natural 20 plus 3.
Brilliant. Alice.
15.
15. Perry.
13.
13. Okay. And I rolled, if you don't mind, I mean, I just made Cornelius's 2. Is that okay? That's just what happened naturally in my.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Cornelius isn't even here. He's flying around.
Okay.
Wait, and I didn't have a chance to retrieve him.
All right. So battle music, if there was any, and we get started. Bartholomew, you're up.
Okay. So I'm going to run towards where the baby is.
Mm-hmm.
Like as close as I can get to like where the baby is, underneath the baby, near where the warlock is, and I'm going to cast polymorph. I'm going to polymorph myself into a giant ape. Just pull up the stats really quickly. And that's my turn because I can't really do anything else.
Okay. Sharp.
I am going to cast a cantrip, Vicious Mockery.
Mm-hmm.
At Acria.
Acquia, yeah.
Acria.
All right. Okay. So tell me what the saving throw is.
Wisdom.
All right. So what do you say in your vicious mockery?
I say, shame on you for fooling us.
I mean, that just feels like a compliment, if anything.
Okay, so it's a wisdom saving throw. What am I trying to beat? What number? DC. I'll probably guess it's like 15 or something like that.
It doesn't say. It just says if the target can hear you and must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or take 1d4 damage, spell increases, so it'll be 2d4 damage and have a disadvantage on the next attack roll.
Yeah, let me just check this because it's got to be on here. Gosh dang it. Nothing kills a game like looking up some piece of...
Yeah, it's 15 wisdom.
It's 15. Okay. So even though it was not super super fierce, super I don't know, extra, so to speak, it does affect her, and you see her and a little bit of blood come out of her nose. How much damage did you give to her?
It'll be 2d4.
2d4. Okay.
Do I roll for that?
Yeah.
It's 7 total.
Okay.
And you have disadvantage on the next attack roll.
So even though you got her really good, it seems like that type of damage is not super effective on her, as what you would expect to be like a gush of blood out of her nose is only like a slight trickle.
Okay.
All right, she has disadvantage on attacks and saving throws next time?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Lycan, you're up.
I want to go into rage, and then I just want to. She's 30 feet away, so I would reach her. Yeah. I just want to run at her and just go at her with my great axe.
All right, you get. How many attacks do you get? You get 2, don't you?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think I do.
Go ahead. Go for it.
Okay. Do I roll d20, right, and then see if that hits? Oh.
Roll your d20. Your d20 plus 7, because that's your great axe modifier.
Plus my what?
Plus 7. That's your great axe modifier.
Oh.
So tell me what your d20 plus 7 is.
16.
Sorry, I have a quick question. When we were poisoned, do we take hit points off?
Those they already did. That was for the ones who missed their Constitution saving throw. But
I think I did.
No, you said like 18, didn't you?
No,
I
rolled.
What was it? 8?
Oh, I heard 18. Sorry.
Oh.
Yes. So
okay.
yeah, and it was a pretty low roll. I rolled a pretty high die, and it was a nat 1. So you
wow.
only took one. You only took 1 damage.
Okay.
So
Okay,
yeah. Okay. So Lycan, you roll a d20 plus 7, and that one was a hit. And then roll your other one.
That's a hold on, let me see. 1d12 plus 4. Okay.
Well, tell me what just roll for your second attack, and then I'll just have you roll for damage.
Oh, okay. Then
D20 plus
that
7.
one is 13. That one's a 13.
The 13 does not hit, so roll damage for 1 great axe hit.
Okay. We're gonna roll for that one. That one's going to be 15.
15 damage. Nice. Okay, so Lycan comes charging towards this little glowing gnome, and she swings her great axe. Now, one way, by the way, real quick, of doing attacks and stuff like this, is that even though you hit, it's not that you every attack can actually like land a blow, because if you like a great axe hit would like kill somebody instantly. So you do take down her hit points, but you're not actually going to make the connection. It's the strain of trying not to get hit that takes down her hit points. Does that make sense? So you swing this great axe, and she like dodges it, gets like a chip of armor out of her shoulder. The second great axe hit comes, and she does clearly just get out of the way of that one. But that was a nice little chunk there. Okay, and that is Lycan, and now Alice.
I'm going to assume that I've already equipped my fancy wand.
Yeah, sure.
Can I use my fancy wand?
Okay. All right. What does it tell you to do?
It tells me to roll a d100.
Lycan is right in front of her.
And I'm like right there as well. I'm like below the baby red fire.
Maybe we don't use my fancy wand then.
Okay. Quick.
Okay, can I just, I think I also have a rapier. Can I go at her with the rapier?
Okay, go for it.
I'd have to run at her and then d1d8 plus.
Well, you roll your d20 plus 7. That's your rapier modifier right now.
Oh,
and then you tell me what that number is, and I'll tell you if you hit.
9.
Okay, so you come running at her, and you slash that rapier down, and she's able to very quickly just dodge out of that one as well. Perry, you're up.
I am going to run a little bit to get a new angle on the, like to the side, kind of in a start, like by about 10 feet, to get a new angle on the gnome and cast Witch Bolt at the 3rd level spell slot.
Okay.
Ooh. Ow, that's gonna hurt.
Oh no, I don't like that. Oh no.
Oh no, Mr. Hernandez, did you give her legendary actions?
No.
Good.
My neck actually hurt.
Okay, no. Okay,
I mean, if I did,
just
I have a
scared.
right to do that.
I know. I was just scared. I was scared for a second. Legendary actions are terrifying.
You'll see.
All right. So, to be clear, it's my spell. It's my modifier. It's my spell attack. It's my spell attack that I add to the d20. Because that's 21.
It's a 21 to hit. That hits. What's the damage?
All right. So, at 3, we get to do 3 d12s. 9, 16, 26.
Oh wait, so it was 26 total. Okay.
26 total damage.
I thought it was you rolled a 26. I was like, how do you have
That's
that many
impossible.
modifiers?
Oh, and wait. And then my modifier, I add that on top too, right?
Does it say you do in the spell?
Peter, do you need an item to cast that?
A twig from a tree that's been struck by
Oh
lightning.
well, no, you're a wizard. And you don't need to use that because you have an arcane focus.
Don't worry.
Yeah, so.
All right. So an arc of blue energy goes down and shocks her. Oh, now it is Aquia's turn. So, let's see. If you are, I'm gonna clear some stuff out of the way. Too many windows open. Alice, Lycan, and Bartholomew make a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw.
Oh god.
Oh my gosh, this is gonna go not fun.
D20 plus the wisdom.
Yes, plus your wisdom saving throw, which is kind of different than your regular one.
That's
where
a
it's-
15.
Okay. The saving throw, Alice, where it says
Wait,
like
no, 16. Sorry, Mr. Hernandez. I forgot to have my modifier.
15.
your wisdom saving throw modifier is +1. Okay. So,
mine's
Alice.
different. Mine's different
I was
because I'm
talking to
using
Alice.
the stats.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry.
mine is 15 then because I got a 14 on the.
Okay, so Alice, you got 15.
Mhm.
Bartholomew,
Mine is
you
only
got-
+1 right now because I'm a giant ape.
Okay, so you got what for yours, Bartholomew? Yeah.
16.
16. Lycan.
I got a 20.
Okay.
Nice.
So all three of you hear the sound of like whispering, kind of like trying to get into your head, but you all sort of like fight your way through it, and nothing happens there. But she is going to cast. Where'd you go? Here we go. She's going to her eyes turn from the glue blow to black as tendrils of dark energy erupt and flail all around. And now each of you make a strength saving throw.
Oh, wait, actually, that's
Does
kinda great.
everybody?
No, just those three that are right by her.
That's a 26.
11.
24.
Okay.
That
So-
20 plus 6. I love my strength modifier as a giant ape.
Okay, Alice, you're going to take. You're going to take 7 necrotic damage, and you can't make any reactions until your next turn. So if Aquia tries to leave your space, you can't use a reaction for an opportunity attack. But she is going to, after she does that and these tendrils whip out of the way, she is going to leap up into the air, which means Lycan and Bartholomew, you do get an opportunity attack.
Okay. Does a...
This is a reaction. So
As a reaction, yeah, I'm trying to find
so
my
Lycan,
modifier.
you just have to use
Does
I
a
just have to
17
use
hit.
what?
the 17 hits Bartholomew.
Okay, that's 25 points of damage.
What did you hit with?
3d10 plus 6.
Tell me the thing that you did.
I punched her.
You punched her with what?
My fist. I'm a giant ape. I'm like a
Oh,
20-foot
I
tall
forgot.
giant monkey. And I punched
forgot
her.
you were
She
an ape. No idea what the heck you were talking about. Okay. All right. So
Bad.
tell me what that damage was again.
What did I say? 25. There it is.
Okay.
Don't look at my dice roller again.
Okay. So next is so Lycan, did you attack?
Wait,
So you use an axe to hit her as she's flying away from you because she's right.
You make a normal weapon attack.
Yeah, just make a normal weapon attack. A D20 plus 7.
Okay, D20 plus 7. That is going to be 17.
Okay, that hits. Roll for damage.
It's a D12 plus 4. It's going to be 13.
Goodness, you guys are cleaning up. So as she jumps up into the air towards Perry, Bartholomew up punches and kind of like she's like kind of flies up in the air as Lycan like swing because she's so tall. She's also able to do it nice. Now she like Aquia tries to arch her back as like you catch like her cape with your slash, but she leaps for it and now she 3-point lands right in front of Perry. So she's right in front of Perry and she's about 30 feet away from Lycan, Bartholomew, and Alice. And where are you, Sharp? In the theater.
I haven't moved.
Okay, so you're I'll say like you're about 10 feet away from Perry and Aquia. And I'm not gonna lie, you guys are doing really well with this. And I'm just gonna say that I'm gonna make her a little bit harder, or else this is gonna be boring. So if Cornelius does not exist as of yet, then we'll go back to Bartholomew.
On Cornelius's turn, Cornelius is just flying back. It'll take him like 4 or 5 turns to get back.
Okay.
Because he only has a speed of 50.
Bartholomew, you go.
Oh, it's my turn. Okay, I'm going to. How far away is she?
She's about 30 feet from you.
Okay, I'm going to run my full 30 feet over. Actually, I have 10 more feet, 40 feet of distance I can move. And I'm going to make a multi-attack, which is I hit her twice with my fists. The first attack does a 21 hit.
Yes, it hits.
Okay, and does a does a 15 hit.
Yes, 15 hits.
Okay, so that's okay, that's 63 points of damage.
Okay, so you go running over to her and just Hulk smash, boom, boom, and you just as she's in front of Perry just sees her just get pounded into the ground, and when she gets down once, just pounded again. Let's see here. She appears motionless at the moment.
Winner! This is why I love polymorph. Wait, are we still in at actions like normal, Mr. Hernandez?
What do you do?
I'm going to shock her again while I still have Witch Bolt, because when you strike someone with it, the lightning, you can like have an instant hit again for 1d12. So before anything can even happen, I'm just gonna
hold on, Perry. It's I was just curious what you would do. So Perry wants to do that.
I want to punch her again.
I want to ask everyone to steer clear of her, so I can pull out the shiny wand.
First, can I electrocute her for 10 damage?
I'm gonna punch her again, and then I'm gonna move just once.
Hold
okay.
on.
Okay.
This is one of the things I've tried to get better as a DM is like you can state what you want to do,
okay,
so that we can all have a chance to like object if we need to. So Sharp, did you have anything that you wanted to do
before she said that?
Well, she appears motionless on the ground. Was there anything that you wanted to do while she like looks like she's been pounded into the ground? Perry's like hands are like arcing, witch bolting. Bartholomew's got these giant 8 fists up again. Alice is trying to like tell people to stand back while she's holding this golden wand. What's
happening with the baby?
Floating in the air.
Just chilling.
Okay.
Well,
I guess I would do.
What would you like to do?
I mean, if it was falling, I would do Feather Fall. Is there any way to cast it in advance?
You can ready the spell so that
Okay.
if like you can say, if this thing happens, like if I see it be falling, then I cast Featherfall and then it would happen automatically.
Yeah, well, I'll do that.
Okay, and Lycan, is there anything you want to do?
I mean, I want to listen to Maddie because I want to kind of see what the wand does.
Okay, so Perry, your lightning, your witch bolt is arcing in there. Bartholomew, you got your fist way up in there, and Alice says, "Wait!" And Alice says,
Please get out of the way.
1 second.
Please.
Then I jump out of the way for 10 damage.
"Okay." So Perry tries to do that witch bolt thing, and then all of a sudden, black tendrils burst out of her in reaction to that. Everybody make a strength check.
Oh, yay.
Strength saving throw.
That is a 23.
I have a 2.
19.
It's
6.
not 1, but a 2.
At 20.
Okay, so who got Alice? You got a 2. Perry, you got what? 6. Lycan, you got
19.
Okay, so Perry and Alice, you're both going to take just 5 points of necrotic damage as you get whipped by these, and she goes flying up into the air, and she's levitating up in the air, and her just black aura, because she's not just quite levitating in the air, it looks like some giant black tendril is like a hand that's like holding her up in the air, and she's like sitting in that hand, and her neck doesn't quite look right. It's not quite it's like she can't quite be up, and her eyes don't really look like they have anything in them, but a voice comes out of her as she says, "Chaos will this land."
You have a clear shot now.
Hi, I would like to use Very Shiny Wand of Wonders.
Okay, so Maddie, your do you know how to roll D100?
Yeah, I have a.
Okay. Oh, you have like an app. Okay. All right. Go ahead and then tell us what happened.
I got a 55, which means that I cast darkness.
Okay. You cast it on where are you targeting it at her?
Yes.
Okay. So she says, "Chaos will rule. There is no escape." And Alice says something. What do you say, Alice, as you fire that off?
Get blinded.
Well, you don't know what's going to happen. So what would
Okay.
you say if you thought something amazing was going to happen?
Eat dirt.
Alice says,
I am Iron Man.
As
I'm Batman.
as darkness, magical darkness, envelops her and the whole area. Now no one can see anything. Aquia's gone. It's just magical darkness. So it's like you're just like looking into blackness. Yes.
I would like to yoink a rock into there.
Okay. So Bartholomew grabs rock.
Oh, no,
throws it.
using my rock attack. I have a ranged weapon attack called Rock, where you rip a boulder out of the ground and just yeet it into that stuff.
Okay. So so you do that. You yoink that rock and you throw it, and it goes you hear it hit the trees behind this darkness. Yeah, Sharp.
I would like to cast Wind Wall.
Okay.
And well, actually, the strong wind keeps fog, smoke, and other gases at bay. How would that apply to this situation? Or I guess we're gonna have to find out.
Darkness is a gas.
It's dark.
Darkness
It's
is not
just
a gas.
magical darkness.
Mhm.
That's what it's just magic darkness.
Okay. So that means it would work or it wouldn't work.
It would not work. It's like just
Okay.
it's just dark. It's nothing there. It's just dark.
All right.
I have a thing.
Okay, so as you're all sort of debating this, though, what's going to happen is let's everybody make a perception check.
Okay, that is
21.
21 as well.
10.
16.
Perry, what'd you say?
5.
Okay, so Alice, Sharp, and Lycan. While everybody is sort of looking at that, you three hear a noise behind you, and you turn around to see a black tendril coming out of the crack in the ground, creeping up towards the baby. That's in the air.
Anyone else want to take this? I don't want to shoot fancy wand at baby.
Great axe.
Yeah, great axe to tentacle. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yes.
No sarcasm. Like literally, do that, please.
Wait, is the tendril like made of darkness, or is it just like a?
It's only one way to find out.
Oh no!
Hit it hard with massive amounts of force.
Oh no! It's okay.
I got
I'm
it.
still in rage, aren't I? Wait, you got it?
Actually, never mind. No.
Okay, I'll do it. I will.
I am readying Featherfall. If that has not been already stated.
This is a huge chance. Okay, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna jump toward the tendril and just swing the axe, hoping that it just slices it in half or something.
Okay, since you're raging, you get +9 to this D20 attack. So what would you do? 20 plus 9?
That is nice.
That is 28.
Okay, so you go over and you swing this thing. Roll for damage.
Roll for damage. That's a D12. That would be. That is 16.
Okay, so this thing comes up and you just slice it off, and what's left of it, goes back down to the ground, and what was there just falls and dissipates as it does, and just disappears before it hits the ground. The baby is still up in the air. That magical darkness is still off to the side, and everybody just is starting to hear just whispering around them. Bartholomew.
Okay, so I'm gonna drop my shape, my polymorph, and I'm going to cast. How far away is like the orb of darkness where she's in from everybody? How far away is that?
It's about 15 feet in the air.
About 15 feet in the air. Okay. So I'm gonna cast a spell magic, and try to dispel like the effect of the darkness.
Okay, you cast Dispel Magic in the area. The magical darkness dissipates. There's nothing there.
Okay, that's good, because I was about to correct you and say that it's 120 feet.
I don't think so.
No, you can choose where it goes. When you fire something off and you're aiming at it, it goes where you want it. It just can't go past
probably the
that.
range is probably 120 feet, but
okay.
It's a 15-foot sphere of magical darkness. Is what?
If that's how it works, I would be making fireballs all over the. Fireballs would be useless because you'd have to be 150 feet away from anything to hit anything.
I am going to. I'm going to fly and try to grab the child.
Shield.
Okay, so you cast flying yourself, and you get down and like Neo in the Matrix. I don't know if anybody's ever seen that. You go up and you go fly and you grab that baby.
And then I fly down to the ground.
Okay, as you're flying down to the ground, the whispers are getting louder and the ground is sort of shaking underneath you. You will not stop the chaos. Cracks in the earth and little tiny black tendrils are coming up from the ground.
Oh my god.
You're also starting to hear war drums in the distance.
Can I shoot Fun and Fancy Wand at Aquia again?
You don't see her.
Oh, she's just completely gone.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, how big is this sphere of darkness or whatever we're in?
Bartholomew dispelled it. So basically, you guys are in a clearing with a bunch of dead bodies of the resistance people, including Liuda, and there are cracks in the ground with tendrils, black tendrils coming up, a strange voice, and you hear the sounds of war drums from the castle, and they're getting louder, and there's like cheering coming towards you through the woods.
How far is the cheering?
So from where your vantage, well, you're on the ground. You can still fly if you want, so you can find that out if you want.
I'll wait.
Okay. I mean, it sounds like it's from the castle, but like I said, it's only about 200, 300 feet away, so it's not super far away.
I'm gonna take over the view from Cornelius and see what's going on.
Cornelius sees just like the lizard folk, kobolds, orcs just starting to stream out. They're not wearing armor. They're just sort of like grabbing they've got their swords and their axes, and they're all like ah. And
how many of them are there about?
A lot. Cornelius can't put an exact number on it, but it's a lot. That's 3 armies.
What does he see, Bartholomew?
I snap out of it. Well, there's at least a couple hundred orcs coming our way, and a whole bunch of lizard folk, and yeah, we should probably run.
Let's give this a try.
We can do 2 fireballs at once.
Yeah, I hate to say it.
I have one fireball left.
I have a fireball too, man. I'm a wizard.
I mean, Sharp, do you have any fireballs? We can just yoink a bunch of fireballs in the forest and run.
I have a fireball. I also have wall of fire, which I might do.
You can just light the forest on fire and run. Or scare them. Just start lobbing fireballs into their ranks and go, we will destroy you if you don't leave.
Let's just throw fireballs.
Let's intimidate them, and if that doesn't work, we run away.
No, we can just throw fireballs at them as they come out and just try and wipe out as many as we can.
Meanwhile, black tentacles are coming up from the ground.
Can I have a question. Can I just rip one of the tentacles out and see if I can use it as like a dagger or something, or like something to hurt someone with?
Okay. So you reach down towards the ground, and it's like a whack-a-mole. Like when you try to put your hand on it, it just slides back into the ground.
I'm gonna pull up my quarterstaff and start whacking at the tentacles. Just like trying to do whack-a-mole, just to both hands like a baseball.
All right, Bartholomew's doing that. So is Lycan. Just whack-a-moling. And Alice?
I mean, if the Lycan threw me, would I be close enough to oncoming armies to fancy wand?
Well, I mean, it's still like 300 feet away, so no, not yet.
I say we run over and cast fireballs at them, and then Maddie follows up with the magic wand.
Okay. Is that what you guys are doing?
How long does anyone know how long this darkness lasts? Or
there is no darkness. There's no darkness around at all. It's just that there is whatever. Basically, the Acquia serves the Great Old One, which is this insane, chaotic god of madness, and it looks like you have made him angry.
Oh no!
Fun.
I still say our plan of running away is a very good plan.
Fireballs
are getting closer now.
I'm going to run over and get ready to cast fireball at them.
Yeah,
I'm going to do that too.
3 fireballs, baby.
I'm ready.
Who's got baby?
Am I still whack-a-mole in this?
Sharp has baby technically.
Yes. Yes, I do.
Would you maybe want to give baby to Lycan while you're prepping for fireball if you're running towards angry masses?
Yes. Good idea.
Yes.
Okay. So Sharp hands baby to Lycan. Alice has a wand of wonder. Sharp, Bartholomew, and Perry all have fireballs ready. tell me just, this is it. This is your last stand. Do you?
Oh my god.
Where do you wait for the voices to be here, or when do you do it? Like for the army.
Um,
Are they in eyesight?
You're not quite yet, but like you can hear them. Now, Sharp, you're a half elf, so you can see through the dark. Alice, what are you?
I'm a
You're
halfling.
Halflings can't see the dark.
I'm an elf. I can see.
Bartholomew can see. Lycan cannot. Perry, I don't think
Mm.
gnomes can.
Okay.
Do gnomes
Okay.
have dark vision?
I think I have dark vision.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
gnomes have
basically,
dark vision.
okay, so those of you who do have dark vision, you are just barely starting to see them coming through the trees.
Okay, before fireballs are thrown, I am going to cast Enemies Abound on the very first bad guy that I see. This is third level.
Mm-hmm. And
Also-
It's intelligence 15 on any on the affected creature.
okay.
I'm also ready to cast a tidal wave wherever we may be to try and just in case there's a little extra damage or even to
Wait,
follow up.
last time we did that, lizards like water, I believe, was the consensus.
But there's also orcs and kobolds,
True.
and we're
Are
in
we
a
doing-
forest.
Are we doing water or fire here, guys?
Fire.
Fire,
Fire.
then
Fire.
water.
Okay, so the first guy that Sharp sees cast Enemies Abound. He starts freaking out and just starts chopping up his friends. But they're all starting to get closer. That was only just one guy, and he is hitting everyone around him. But he just gets swallowed up by more, and they're all about 50 feet away from you.
Mr. Hernandez, how much do I know about other militaries, like trumpet sounds or other militaries?
Probably a fair amount. Because
I'm going to
you're
try to emulate with my not my mirror image, my minor illusion, like the loudest possible approaching army sound from our side. Like,
okay.
And I will give you Bardic Inspiration.
You got to play a song for that.
This is gonna
dun,
come.
dun, 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 dun.
Sharp, you gotta play
Yeah.
something for that.
Wait, I'm hearing myself at a delay. It's awful.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Okay. All right. So that was inspiration for minor illusion.
Yeah, I want to make it sound like the army of elves of the northern woodlands are coming to our aid from the other direction, like
Okay.
the trumpets.
Okay. Go ahead, play it. Well, let's see here. Let me just double check this real quick. I don't know if that's a little bit OP for minor illusion because it is a minor illusion.
I mean, it says loud noises.
Yeah, but it's a 5-foot cube. So I think you're gonna need to.
Just cast the fireball.
You cast that sound. It doesn't appear to make much of a difference. A couple of them kind of start to like look around a little bit, but then like they get like their heads knocked off by the one that's sort of like flailing around in the back. But now they're starting to surround you.
So I'm gonna yoink a fireball into the army, and then I'm gonna go. Yeah, I kind of forgot about one of the spells I have. Rope trick exists, and I'm gonna cast a rope trick.
Okay.
But I'm gonna make it like 10 feet off the ground. Rope trick basically makes an interdimensional portal that everyone can like hide inside, and
Okay.
no one can get to you.
So, fireball, boom,
I
explosion.
go, everyone up the rope, and I just climb up the rope into the interdimensional space.
Okay.
I will also throw a fireball.
And I will
And I will throw one.
Boom! Boom! Just and as everyone's just climbing up the road trip, firing off fireballs, just explosions everywhere. The forest is just engulfed in flames everywhere. Lycan, you've got the baby as you're climbing up. Sharp, you're climbing up. Bartholomew, Perry, you guys climb up. Alice, what do you do?
I do something fun with my fancy wand, although unfortunately it appears that I am stunned until the start of my next turn because
would've
I
just been
believe that
6 seconds.
something awesome happened.
Oh, that was
That
your
would have just
roll?
been 6 seconds though. That was Oh,
Okay.
from when you do it. Okay.
Okay.
That's a 6
So-
second delay.
So Alice, Alice does that, and she thinks something awesome happened, and she's just like stunned while she's hanging onto the rope. Whoa! But she's still hanging onto the rope as just everything's on fire.
Is everyone else inside the interdimensional space at this point?
I think so.
Besides Alice?
As far as I
Okay.
know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to haul her up with the rope inside the interdimensional space.
Okay, so Alice, you're being pulled up. Orcs and goblins, or orcs and lizard folk are like trying to grab onto the rope. It's like they're like on fire as they are. It's like, oh, okay, Alice, you still got the wand. You're still being pulled up.
Okay. I use the wand again, and I cast slow on on just the general army.
Okay, so now, yeah, exactly. So then, like, they're all like their ugly faces, like on fire and slow motion.
I'm gonna drop one last fireball.
You got another one?
Yeah.
Okay, so as Alice is being pulled up after that, you fire that fireball, and the fireball goes into slow motion and it's like that scene in Independence Day. It's like a slow motion as it goes like, and it just clears out that army there. Now we're going to end it here as we say that it is while keeping that slow motion as the film like turns into slow motion, as you do actually hear some sounds of trumpets from other armies. They sound like elven trumpets, dwarven trumpets, because word has spread of this plan, and it appears as though this giant fireworks show was what those neighboring armies needed to come in and to help. You guys were floating up in the air in your interdimensional space, and it's just a DM rule that you're able to sort of like peek through as you watch.
No, that's not. That's also just the description of the spell. You can see everything outside.
Okay.
Yeah.
So while you're in that space, like looking down, and just carnage of all of your fireballs, and you kind of hang up there and watch for a while because everything is kind of on fire, as those that aren't on fire are sort of getting slowly picked off by elven and dwarven armies that have come to the aid after seeing all this spectacular madness. What is left to deal with is King Hugo and his bride, Big Bertha.
The man, the myth, the legend, Cornelius.
And basically, because of what you did, which was like single-handedly destroying 3 armies, destroying the warlock Aquia, the town has the kingdom has decided to put you in charge of the fate of the illegitimate King Hugo and his bride. They stand at the top of the abandoned tower in shackles, with basically just to be ridiculed as everyone awaits your decision days later after everything has happened. The town is literally, the kingdom is surrounding the forests, and it's like when the Royals and the Chiefs won their championships, just seas of people everywhere. There's no free space as they're all awaiting your decree as to what to do with illegitimate King Ivan.
Can we talk about what we're going to do?
I say we live out.
I want one. You have a 1-sentence answer for each character. Alice.
Veto. Everyone else can decide.
It's not up to us. It's up to the people. I'm not the ruler here. I'm the noble of a different country. I don't think interfering with that affair directly is probably a good idea.
So we have 3 votes.
Sharp.
I want to use my great axe.
No. Okay.
No,
I will just say, I think we should let the people decide and let honor rule and not chaos.
I say that we follow in the footsteps of the previous kings, and while they may have committed atrocities,
high treason,
they will serve their time in prison for the rest of their lives. We are not them. We are better than them.
Says
Besides,
little,
the 3 armies we destroyed.
Says little gnome. So as that is decreed, Duke Archon, the one that has sort of helped you. Oh wait, no, he died. Never mind.
Yeah.
The
He died. Oh yeah, that.
A distant relative of the Ivanhoes, who has made his way back in the days since, gives the signal to the guards that are guarding them up in the tower, and he declares, just as our prince was locked in the tower for days, so shall you be locked in the tower for the rest of your lives. The guards walk back away from the tower, and you just see as the illegitimate King Hugo and Big Betty just sort of like weep. They just like weep up in the tower as the guards come back down, having locked the tower behind them, the abandoned tower. And so, the fate of the kingdom of Ivanhoe has been sealed.
Wait, who's the new ruler? And did the castle survive the massive bombardment of high explosives?
Oh yeah. You just destroyed the forest like outside of the castle. But you didn't. Yeah, the castle's fine.
Deforestation is
forest.
the new thing.
Yeah.
I mean, the good thing is
this is not an endorsement of deforestation.
Yes, do not burn down an entire
careful.
Forest with magical fireballs to kill an entire army of orcs. We do not endorse this. But say James Academy.
For yourselves.
But you did save the prince. He, for all intents and purposes, is going to be born and raised the new king of Ivanhoe when
who's the
it is
regent?
his time. That guy that I just mentioned. His name is Francis.
Sir Fluffernutter.
No, Duke Francis. He was from a very distant land. When he heard about all
So
this,
we still don't know why it's called Ivanhoe.
You'll find out someday.
What? How dare you?
Fight.
So anyway, well, that went on a lot later than I thought it would. About 30 minutes later than I thought
Yeah.
it would. But hey,
Yeah.
folks, thank you so much.
All our viewers are left.
Tuning in. Yeah, I get that a lot. That people say like, yeah, I made it to about 11 and I fell asleep or I had to go. So for anybody who stuck it out, thank you so much. We had a really good time. I had a really good time. There's a lot of planning that went into that, and all taken out by a gorilla. Now in 10 seconds. So
Ape.
Sure, whatever you want to call it. We're going to end in prayer. Poor Peter probably woke up his entire house with that. So we're gonna end in prayer. Thank you so much for playing. Thank you so much for joining us. I encourage you to go find your thing. If this looks like fun, contact any of these awesome people, especially Matthew Surmaczewicz. He's always looking for new players, and so am I. So this is a lot of fun for you. We'd love to have you join us. And I'm still trying to get an alumni game going. So if you are interested in that, contact AJ Fluky. If you don't know him, it's your loss.
Man, the myth, the legend.
True.
What a great man.
So let's get started. Or let's end in prayer now. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Dear Lord, thank you for this time together where we got to be heroes in our own little way. Forget about some of the troubles that we have in our lives. And we praise you, we bless you, we glorify you in all things, as we say, all glory be to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit, as it was in the beginning, is now, and ever shall be, a world without end. Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Amen.